All right, so let's take a look at it where we are. Oh, you guys don't see it here. Okay. Okay, so if you are looking at this diagram, right, this is the first session we covered. What are the different components that we need to build? So in this diagram, we are on the acceptance criteria and user story, and then we stopped right after that. Actually, we created the feature, right, but we did not do anything else, right, from their standpoint. So we'll start building out all these different individual components. So we have these steps. So next logical step for us is to.
Still, it's not visible to us. I mean, online.
Oh, it's not visible. Okay.
No.
It's visible to me, but
Okay, let me check. I mean, visible but vague. Yeah.
How to match it. Yeah. Matching steps.
Yeah. Now it's
It's good.
That is the
Okay.
Yeah.
step.
That's good. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. And I'm going to hide link controls. Okay, so we know how to write acceptance tests. At least you understand the conceptually how to write it and how to go about it. Now today we'll dive into the next logical step, which is trying the step with the actual Ruby code. And that's where this particular Ruby step definition file comes in the picture. This is the glue between your steps or feature file and the whatever code you want to execute to interact with the browser at the end. Okay, so we will see how we can build this step definition. This is a step definition file, and we'll dive into a little bit detail in there. Okay, so this is just a big picture view. Now, in order to do that, there is a regular expression or RegEx. Short name is RegEx. So we'll talk about RegEx, what it is, and how does it work, and how do we match the step with the step definition code. Okay. So now I'm going to flip back to a PowerPoint slide. And let's see if we can okay, so let's dive into regular expressions, step definitions, and last topic will be the tags. What tags are and how do we use it in our process. Okay, so what is a step definition? So difference between steps and step definition. So every Gherkin scenario consists of series of steps, right? We all know that in our which is written in plain English.
Given when then.
Right, given when then. Yep, that's the Gherkin scenarios. Now, step definition basically is the actual code or logic basically that gets executed based on your whatever steps you have defined here. So step definition is the one that activates the step to run the automation. So this is a trigger point of executing the Ruby code. It's a piece of Ruby code that basically says, hey, Cucumber, if you see a step like when I am on a home page, what needs to happen? What does it mean? It translates basically from plain English to the Ruby code. That's what the step definition does.
So that means the Gherkin format, whatever the steps are, that is going to relate it to the Ruby code we did.
Yes,
right?
yes. And we will take a look at one example of what it looks like and how do we go about it. So Cucumber looks for matching step definition for a step to execute. So every step that you have given when then you will have matching step definition. Okay. Now, how does a cucumber know what step definition or what Ruby code to execute? That's where here basically cucumber typically scans the text of the step and tries to find a matching step definition, basically. Okay, so cucumber scans text of each step for patterns or pattern that it recognizes, which is defined using regular expression. Okay, I know you guys don't know what regular expression is. So let's talk about what regular expression means. But ultimately, it's looking for some pattern. So given I am on home page. So it looks for given I am on home page, basically that particular text or that particular pattern where that word is or that sentence is, and then executes your step definition logic. So what is pattern? Pattern? Do you guys know any pattern in the real life? Any pattern. So think of it, social security number. Right?
Oh.
You are looking
Phone
for or date or just simple as date. It's MMDDYYYY. That's the kind of like a pattern, right? So you are following, every birthday follows the same pattern, right? And so social security has a, if you include dashes, then it's following the XXX dash XX type of pattern. So that's what.
Email ID, phone number also, right?
Yeah, email ID has a pattern too, right? With whatever email ID,
At the rate should be there.
Yeah.
right? So if you look at those examples, you figure out the pattern from there, and then you try to figure out basically what it is and how what the values will be. Same thing, cucumber uses regular expression. So if you define certain text, then it will try to identify some pattern from it, and then execute the basically Ruby code. Okay, so it helps you match strings or set of strings using the specialized pattern syntax. And we will go through some examples, okay, so which makes more sense. Okay. Now pattern, there is a standard way of, I think RegEx regular expressions are available in any programming language. It's not specific to Ruby.
Oh,
It is JavaScript, Java has it, C# has it, all programming languages use. It's a standardized syntax, okay, to find a pattern. So regular expressions are used. Now patterns can be anything, right? So for automation, we will focus on small number of patterns. Because sky is the limit. Pattern can be anything, and you have to write some complex syntax. But for our purpose or automation purpose, small number of patterns we'll focus on so that you can write your step definition file or work through step definitions.
So what is that line literal of regular expression? What is literal?
Literal of regular expression is a pattern between slashes and delimiters. So it has certain syntax, basically. Literals meaning, I mean, it has certain syntax that starts with slash and ends with a $sign and so forth. Basically, it's between the slash. So if
between the backslash.
if I look at the example here, basically those slashes, so it looks for pattern between those two slashes, whatever the text is over there. So for example, let me go to the.
That means if it will stay between those two backslashes.
That's correct.
right?
Anything that's between backslashes, that is considered as a pattern, basically word to match for the particular pattern.
Okay.
So here, let me go to this is typically the syntax, slash, two slashes. Okay, so anything that I type in between these two, that would be considered as a pattern. So if I type in something here, right? So this is starting with the slash and ending with the slash. I need to provide some string which contains this particular pattern, basically, like that. So if I have SDFC, so I can match the pattern. See here, the things are highlighted. That means this string contains this particular text that is matching with the pattern that I am looking for. Okay, so let's take a look at example of a phone number. Right. So what is our phone number pattern? Something similar to
334, right? Then 4.
right. So now if I have to build a pattern or regular expression to match this text or identify this text in my strings, what do I need to do is I need to specify the pattern, basically specify the regular expression here.
Mhm.
Now, what it is, we haven't talked about what those things are, right? But I can create some regular expression here and use it in my code to identify basically different strings that matching with them.
So that any number can fit in that pattern.
Yes,
right?
any number. Yeah, that's correct. So let's take a look at what is regular expression, right? And how the pattern, how we can build the patterns or basically regular expressions to match specific pattern. Good thing, as I said, that you can build any pattern, any number. I mean, those can get really complex, but we're not going to worry about certain things. We'll focus on what is that we need. Okay, now if you Google internet, you're gonna find the same thing. Okay, but let's see what it is and how it works. So there are certain things we're gonna look at it. You can work through certain things on your own time, but we're gonna work through some examples. So regular expression pattern. So you specify the pattern. So it always starts with the beginning of the line would be caret, the caret symbol or head symbol, whatever you call it. Dollar will match the end of the line.
Means
Basically.
when you're ending the line.
Yeah, so you have two slashes,
Uh-huh.
right? Then the caret, and then you will specify the pattern. Then you will have ending will be slash again, and then you will have a dollar sign basically, and then slash. So beginning and ending will always start with these two guys.
Means before the slash.
After the slash, slash, there is your pattern right there between that. But then you will have beginning. It will be this head, and then ending will be dollar sign. Okay, we will take a build some few here. Okay, so that will make a little bit more sense. Now, so now how do I build those my pattern matching strings? So there are different variations here. Okay, so dot. This is a dot. Dot means match with any word, any character, basically single character. Okay, so if I build in between two slashes and I put in dot, it matches. Okay, I need to have one character. So it will match with any string with a one character.
So inside the slashes? or-
Yes, inside the slashes. So you're building the pattern. Yep. So if you have 614,
Uh-huh.
how many we have? We have 9 or
10.
10.
10.
So you have 10 dots. You can specify like that.
Oh.
And it will match with any 10 dots. It's not just 614. XYZ, ABCD, whatever, 10 character. That's what it will match.
And for also only for the digits, not for the
No,
alphabets.
no, alphabets too. Dot is for both alphabets and digits. Any character,
Any character. Okay.
any single character, basically,
So
right?
3 dots will specify one character or 1 dot, 1 character?
The match is any single character in the bracket. So these 3 dots.
It is for the bracket.
Any for the brackets, any single character in the bracket. Let's take a look at example because this one is a little bit confusing because it's the same
Maybe
thing as dot.
it's-
Right, it is, but it's a single character, these are actually 3 characters, okay, that's what it is. Now again, you put the head, it says does not match any single character not in the brackets. So it's a head is a negative type of thing,
Negative. okay.
right? Now, this word star. Now, this is RE means regular expression, RE star, so if I have something dot star. It will match basically n number of characters, basically 0 or more occurrence. 0 or more occurrence of preceding expression. So this RE is expression, it's not actually RE. Okay, it's whatever it's saying. If I do this bracket star, that means match any character, basically, or dot star, it match any character. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples. So I think that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
So let me see it here.
Is that from expression?
Okay, so let's say we are just trying to match some simple thing here. So what I can do is I can say dot star. Okay, this is RE, this is regular expression, this is dot star, and if I can match anything. So if I type in no matter in a single line, okay, single line. So if I keep on typing, this is highlighted. So it's matching with whatever is there. That's what it is. So this one says match 0 or more. So dot how many times? 0 or more times. Okay, it will match and it will it will match in the string input. So if I give XYZ, doesn't matter.
So
Okay.
star we take how many characters?
0 or more.
Zero.
0 or infinite. Basically, 0 or more characters. That's what it will match.
But you are telling in the single line.
Yeah, it has to be single because /n is a new line character. So this pattern works with a single line character only. Okay. So if I do
here
it,
dot is the, whatever is written, RE.
no, RE is a regular expression. So this is
RE, I think we are not talking about that here.
RE is a regular expression. RE means regular expression. Okay. So dot star, this is our regular expression. That's
Oh,
what it is. Okay. This is what it is. Now let's take a look at this one, RE plus, right? So this is RE plus matches one or more of a previous thing. Again, you're not gonna see if I can zoom in, right? So you see here RE plus one or more of a previous thing, basically. So here, you're not gonna see different behavior here with this one. Okay, this one you're not gonna see different behavior. But when we talk about different actual some specific characters, that's where you're gonna see the difference. But this one has the same behavior right now as so generally, if you want to want one or more character or 0 or more, just use a dot star. That is your standard way. But you're not gonna use those patterns. We want to use specific patterns, right? This is more generic patterns. Same thing, RE question mark matches 0 or 1 occurrence of a preceding expression. 0 or more occurrence of a preceding expression. So if let's do here, instead of dot, now we will talk about X. And so X plus, we can see it X plus. So number of times value of X, right? That's what we are saying. So I can do XXX.
Number of times, oh, okay, X is number of times,
Right.
okay.
Now, if I do Y, it's not gonna match because it's looking specifically for X. Variable only. Because this is, remember, this
There
is,
some link between regular expression and test string.
yeah, test string is your test data. Think of it as your test data.
No, it is when the correct one is coming, then it's highlighted.
Yes, because this is a RegEx tester, right? This is a testing site for regular expressions,
Okay.
basically. So it has some program that matches. So so you want to find out my test string has this particular pattern or is matching with the pattern or not. Or you want, because you are building this part, right? Regular expression. So you want to supply different strings, make sure your regular expression is built properly. Right?
Oh.
So that's what you are doing here, supplying different test strings. Because I know it's only works with the X, basically, because it's only X character over there. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the most common one. Now here, this is n number of times, right? This one or this one is n number of times. 0 plus 1 means basically has the same effect, basically. Now, if I want to specify, maybe let's say 2 times, match only 2 times.
Then you have to replace that with 2.
So there is another syntax, within parentheses, you specify 2.
So normal, say curly bracket or a normal parenthesis.
See, now if I do XX, so it's gonna match the pattern twice, basically. So if I do 1x, it's not gonna match it. But it matches with the twice, basically. So XX, YY, XX, YY, XX. So it will match it basically twice. Any pair, it will match it in the regular, in the string. Now I'm saying it's always,
X.
yeah,
Any pair X. No.
any pair
not
of
any
X
pair, two
match
pair.
it in the string. So that means these are 2 characters.
Right.
Any, if X is twice, then match it and
Then
highlight in the
Yes,
string,
yes.
right?
So 2 means 2X.
Yeah, 2x. So it looks for specifically 2x
Right.
next to each other.
Okay.
So if I do 3, it's gone, right? It will not match it.
Oh,
Okay. So, but this is the way curly braces, and you specify number of times how many characters you want to match in the string. Okay. So that's another. So this is what it is. Match is n number of exactly n number. or matches n or more occurrence of the preceding expression. Now, what it is, it's so let's come back to our X example. 2, right? And let's say 1.
So if like we have to take some license or something for that site or it will
No, this is a free site.
free site?
Yeah, this is if you go to RegEx tester, it will bring up this page, and that's all it does.
So,
Okay. But anyway, so let me take a look at the couple of things, few more.
person that curly braces too. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what is the string is, but it's always take the 2 X's from there. It will match with the 2 X's. Doesn't
Yes,
matter
any pair,
Y is there or X is there, or G is there.
Only, so if I have X and if I say this, right?
Uh-huh.
So X, Y, Z, XX, YY, G, doesn't matter, XX, again, it will have XX, it will match it in the string.
So it will match only those 2 pairs, that's it.
Pair meaning if the X is repeating
2 times
basically,
together,
yep,
yeah.
2 times, whatever number time you specify. If I say 3, then it's not gonna match, but if I say, oh, one more X here, then XX, X, it's not gonna match it, right? But whatever, if I do again 3X, it will match it.
So that means it doesn't matter what other letters are there, but it's
Yeah.
only take care of 3 or 2, whatever is mentioned.
That's what it's highlighting in the test string, basically, but it's looking for that pattern. So what we are doing here, we are building a pattern of what we are looking for.
Okay,
Again, I'm gonna show you the common ones that we will use.
okay.
Okay, this is again the specialized cases, but let's take a look at something that we are really going to use a little bit further. Okay, I want to show you one more here. So I'm going to say X or Y or something like that. Okay, so if the string has X or Y, then highlight it basically. So this is OR, type symbol is a OR. So if the string contains something like this, 80 GT. Okay, so if I do bat, it will match it, right? Cat, it will highlight 80. So all I'm looking at GT, basically CGT, XGT, doesn't matter, right? So it's looking for both text in the string in the alternate ways. So if I have multiple text I'm matching in the string, then I can specify OR symbol, match anything specified here and
It
here.
should be in the pair.
Yeah.
80.
80 or GT. 80 or GT. If the string contains 80 or GT, then I highlight it.
So that pipeline means all.
Yep, it's OR. So
OR.
if I add, let's say, CT, something, right? Then if obviously it's not gonna match anything else, but as soon as it comes encounter CT, so any one of these 3 is matching, then it will highlight again in the string.
So put get GET.
So if you put GT, right? So
No, it will not take.
GT, but again, why is silent? It shouldn't be matching this one.
Because those are separate, G and T. is
Yeah, G
there,
and T
but
are separate, so it shouldn't be matching. That's weird. GT, CT, yeah, if they are not, it's not matching the pattern. I don't know. Maybe their program has some issue or whatever.
That's what-
Harshal,
So-
sorry. So even in the beginning, I see after 80, C is also highlighted like that's matching. We didn't, it's 80,
Yes.
C 80.
Yes, so I think their pattern is something, this tool has some other additional rules,
that's-
which
Okay.
we don't. But let's see, this part, I'm not sure why it's matching, because it shouldn't be matching. Okay,
It's supposed to be
technically
together.
it shouldn't be matching this part. Okay, so we'll come back. We'll figure out. Is that tool, we're not gonna troubleshoot that tool, see what's wrong with it. But let's take a look at it. So let's say we have some names. Now, how do you build a pattern for this names?
It starts with J.
Starts with J, right? Our I said, okay, starts with J. And then what else? It has, this one has
Same is.
3 characters. This one has 4, this one has 4. I can say Johnson, right? This one is 5.
We can do
Maybe.
So if I'm building a pattern for these names, so everybody starts with J. So if I want to start something with J, I can just do simply like that.
Then pattern goes from 3 to 5.
Okay, so 3 to 5, right? So how there is this, I can, so how do I specify this range, right?
Yes.
And one thing it's only text, not the numbers. In our scenario, it's only text, right? So good thing about is in the regular expression, there is a thing called /w, which specifies the range. Okay, so it's here. This /w matches a word character.
Oh, that's.
Okay, matches word character /w. So it's what is it? It's A to Z or A to Z. Okay, so that's what it is. You can write this way, or you can write A to Z, something like that. Okay, now we will go standard way, which is /w.
We can include digit over here.
Right, we don't want to include, right? And so this one is specifically for word character only. Okay, /w. All right, so now what we are saying is specify, so J/w, but we want to specify range 3 to 5. We don't want to go 6. Okay, so how do I say that? I can say here 3 to 5 and matching basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, this is 6, right? 6, 3 to 6. Okay. So because this one is 3, right? So if I type in XYZ something, it's not gonna match because we know it's not starting with J, right?
If without 3, 6, if I just specify J/W, what will happen?
J/W, then it will, that would be, let's see. If I remove it, then it's only matching the one character because we haven't specified how many times, number of times.
It's matching 2 character, right?
Yes, first one is J. That is a matching, right? First one is J, but then /W is a one character.
Any character.
Yeah, one character.
Any character.
You have to specify number of times. Now, if I just want to say, let's come back here, matches one or more of a previous thing, something like plus, I can do 0 or 1, right? So let's take a look at it here. If I do W plus, it matches any character, any number of characters after the string.
Oh, there is another way to do it.
Yes, well, but remember, pattern has to be specific, right? Otherwise, it causes matches with the different types of strings. So you want to be specific,
Yeah.
and it's very important for Cucumber. When we write these things, it will match with your different kind of steps. That unintended steps will be executed. That's the whole point. You want to specify a specific pattern. Okay, so W plus is there, but it's not recommended because you want to be very specific about the pattern. Okay, so same thing. If I come here, if I change this to /D, okay, nothing is matching, right? Nothing is matching. Now, what the D is, it's a number. So if I did J1, /D is a range from 0 to 10 or 0 to whatever number, 0 to 9, not 0 to 10, 0 to 9. Any number, one character, one digit, basically.
So
one
it
digit.
always matches with the one digit.
One digit, yep. Now again, same thing you can apply here, D plus, it will match, right? Plus is there, or you can say 1 or maybe say 3, D3, so it will match only first 3 digits, basically, and so forth. Okay, so D, same thing, you can apply whatever you specify with the range, 3 to 5, right? So it will match with 5, basically starting with the total 3 to 5 range in there. Right? Okay. Or you can just simply have B2, 3 and so forth. Now here, let's come back here. So we looked at match is word character. /D matches digit equivalent to 0 or 9. This is important. Okay, I'm highlighting now important ones. matches digits 0 to 9, matches word character 0 to 10. Now let's say if I do /d plus, so what does it mean? /d plus. Now I'll let you guys, let me ask you this. What does it mean? If I do /d plus, so your string, whatever you are matching, that you are trying to match with the digits, right? And plus meaning any number. Any meaning one or more. One or more. No, d/d plus. I'm just simply typing /d plus. So only any number, but it's not gonna match any string.
Regular expression starts with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this one, any number, it will match it. So if I have this, or I have this, or I have this, it will match.
So it's like W plus.
Yeah, /w plus. /w plus, if I change it to
So
slash,
W will be character.
Character, this is number. Yeah.
those two are very important. Okay, now you can see plus G, now you understand plus. There is a one more thing here, star, you understood star as well, right? It has the same behavior as basically W star is matching with the string, right? But here it says matches 0 or more occurrence, okay? This one is plus 1 or more occurrence.
RE plus.
Yeah, this is RE star matches 0 or more occurrence in the preceding state. So what it says is, even if I don't have value, it will match it. Basically, okay? So what I will see an example, okay? This tool doesn't handle space, I mean the blank ones, basically, okay? But in our example, we'll have that. So star is also important. All it says is match any character, anything.
Anything.
Yeah, star meaning anything, right?
So will it take special characters?
Yes, so special characters, non-word character, so you have to use /w.
/W, special characters.
/w, capital. And you can say 1, right?
Oh, capital.
Yeah, capital. So let's see if I do this thing, it's not gonna match it, but S star $, it will match it because it's a special character. Right? S $ or S %. These are special characters.
/W.
/w and 1. So anywhere I have one character, special character, it will match in the string for our pattern.
So in the email ID, so we have two special characters, like
I'll
@
let you
and
work.
dot.
I'll let you work through it. Email ID. Okay. Now you have to think, right? A little bit further. And then we'll see it. Okay. So those are the common ones, /d, /w, capital W, capital D matches non-digits, /a matching begin. Some of these things you will never use it, but I think most you will say how many times. This syntax is very important, right? /d, how many times it repeats, type of thing.
How many times?
/d, what does it mean? This particular pattern.
Means 2 times.
So if I have two numbers, right?
Yes.
So-
2 numbers.
If I have something like then I have 0, 1, then it will match it basically, right? Two numbers, then it will identify in the pattern as a pattern.
What
Okay.
is the capital one? D and W, we don't need it,
You can do it. I mean, matches non-digits.
non-digits.
So if there is a non-digit, basically, practically you can use it like this one is spaces, right? Matches non-white space and /s is matches white space.
But especially is the blank.
Yeah, so if I have /s, let's say my pattern is something like this. So what does it mean? My pattern is like this.
Like phone numbers, I think.
No,
there is a space.
So to give me one example of a string that could match this one.
So can we do 1 space, then 3.
Right? So that's what it will match, right? Now, if I do anything after that, it's not gonna match, right?
Oh,
So this is how you build the pattern. Okay, so whatever characters, then you specify how many, what else you need, and then try to match it.
so during the phone number, we can use this or you cannot because You need
You
the
certainly
space or
use
you
it,
don't need
you
it?
can certainly use it, right? So phone number, if I am building this one pattern,
But there is one hyphen, right?
Again, whichever way you want to build it, right? Let's say just go with simple.
Or you can, without the hyphen also you can do it.
How about we go with this, right?
Yeah.
So what would be our pattern here in this case?
3D.
To match the exact phone number.
D3,
D3,
D3.
S,
S.
Slash S,
then
Right.
D3 again.
D3.
D3, right?
Then
Or
again
D4,
S.
The D.
slash S,
That's it, then
Then
D4.
D4.
Oh, it's interesting.
So why didn't match here?
Because of zero.
We build a slash S, we forgot slash S,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
classes.
right? So now it's highlighted.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I have two spaces, it will not
And
match.
2S, no,
No, it will not match.
oh.
Because it has to be slash S is one space.
Correct.
Oh,
Now, if you want to
slash.
say maybe 1 or 2, then it will match. Okay,
Oh,
same
yeah.
rules apply on the space as well. How many times the space needs to be there?
No,
Okay,
So
so
slash S
your
is
pattern has to be exact.
one space then.
Okay,
I thought any space.
no, it's
And any space. This was pattern only.
yep, you have to specify how many times because you are building a pattern. Remember that.
For two space, what you said, we have to give that one. Okay.
Yeah, you can
How
just change it
many-
to
How
2.
many times you have to listen in that calibration?
Yeah, because this is a pattern, so you have thousands of values and you want to identify them as part of your pattern, then you have to build the exact pattern.
And also it's always curly braces, not the normal one, right?
No, these are curly braces, so tool will not recognize if you put something like this.
No,
Okay, it will show you red line here.
it's always curly braces.
Yeah, for specifying number times, you have to follow the syntax. So this is curly braces,
Oh, it's, so.
right? In the syntax, it is curly braces, so you have to follow the syntax. Okay. All right, so now let me ask you guys to complete this 4 exercise. Here.
Just go back to the whatever you did there.
So regextester.com, I'm gonna give you this site right now. I'm gonna put in the chat window for
Where will you
online
do
folks.
it there?
Yeah, you build the pattern over there.
Then where it will stay?
No, it will not stay. You can, if you want to
It's in
save
the
it,
web page. Go to,
it's in the web page.
go to there.
It's on the web page.
So I can do it in the Mac or I have to.
Anywhere.
Doesn't matter. There is no back type of thing.
You can take that one.
Yeah, it's a regex tester, right? So, but what the exercise is, this one. These are 4 things you have to build a pattern for.
Driving license. And, okay.
Resume. The homework part we didn't give you.
Yeah, but not the discussion.
Okay, so what is,
Assignment,
yeah, so
just now what we did,
just now what we did,
yes.
so
Not
this
here,
one,
in the
The.
regex,
system,
regex side.
okay,
Yeah, this one. If it's a capital letter, then you have to specify that, right? No, it's not. It's always recommended. to
yes.
do.
Because otherwise it will not match pattern, right? If you have lowercase, it will match with the lowercase as well. It's not specific pattern.
So if it's a lowercase, then we can do lowercase a to
The
lowercase.
lowercase
c.
letters, yeah, if it's only lowercase, but if it's mixed, then you can just do /w.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so hopefully now you understand some part of it, how the regex works. All right, so now move on to the important part.
Huh? Sorry.
Now moving on to the important part, because this is again the basic concept that you need. And see what.
Oh, now we're going to match it.
Okay, all right. Okay, so regular expression step definition. Now, how does it work, right? Cucumber. So when you have a Gherkin step, given I am logged in as admin, this is what Cucumber will generate in the Ruby code. Okay. So it will, again, we didn't see in that RegEx tester, is the starting of the pattern, right? This is the ending of the pattern, $sign is a ending of the pattern. Between that, there is a text here. So this is considered this text as your regular expression, basically. So Cucumber will match your step. Right, Charlie markers. So whatever you're writing here in your step, it will be matched with whatever is generated or whatever you can create in the step definition. Okay, so that's how it will work basically. And then pending whatever code you will write additionally, it will get executed. Again, this is a more of a Cucumber syntax in Ruby. So given, then there is a do at the end. There is an end is a code block. So this code block given to end is a code block. Whatever is written will be executed for that particular step.
So do will always be there.
Yes, do will always be there. That's a syntax. You cannot miss that. Okay, you cannot remove it either. But this is how Cucumber will match step with the step definition.
So whatever is there in the given statement is supposed to be inside.
Not given element between this
two
starting and ending.
statements.
That needs to match with your step or step. That's how it will match it. Exact text here is using exact text, whatever you have written in the given.
Oh, exact means I am logged in as
And
admin.
admin, yes.
Oh,
Okay, that's what is being matched here. I am logged in as admin because you see the starting and ending.
Okay.
And that's how it matches. But we'll see the variation. You
Now,
will-
what else? Other thing you said like do pending those things.
Yeah, so given is there, but there is at the end, you have a do. Now, this is Ruby code,
Right.
right? So this is how it will be generated, or you can write it.
Mhm.
Your regular expression, then you will have do. And then you will have Ruby code, whatever between these two lines, and then you have end. It's just like if always have end function you write, it always has an end. Here, same thing, each tab will have its own end. So that's kind of like a, yeah, given to end, when to end, whatever, all the code block is, it will be there.
So we always write do the end of that.
Well, this step definition, good thing about it is tool will generate it for you.
Okay,
Okay, so you don't want to write everything from scratch.
okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but you need to know what it is so that you don't remove it when you're writing. Otherwise, you will run into
And the
syntax.
written expression should be stay inside the parentheses, then do.
Yes, so that's how exactly it's written. Yep,
So
that's
do
how,
is always there.
yep.
Yeah, that's
Do
the
will always
syntax.
But there are variations, so we'll talk about that later. Okay. But this is the most basic, basically regular expression type of matching here. Okay, now we all know, right? Given, when, then is typically ignored by Cucumber anyway. Now you know why. Because it doesn't really care what you have here. When, because this is not even used anywhere. It's mainly in your step. You write plain English and that's where it's used. But other than Cucumber really cares about what you have written as part of your step after given. Okay. Same thing, so Cucumber really doesn't matter which keyword. You can use a star, whatever, we talked about it,
Yeah,
right? So, and I think we already talked about it, step definition will match any Gherkin step. As long as the regular expression matches the main text of the step. Okay, so let's take a look at here. I have given two scenarios, right here, old and new scenario, or just forget about these two. I consider there are two scenarios. Feature is a cash withdrawal. In the first one, feature is a new account. Okay. Scenario here says attempt withdrawal using stolen card, given I have 100 in my account, but my card is invalid. when I request 50, then my card should not be returned and I should not told to contact the bank, whatever, right? Whatever they have written. Now, in this scenario, new accounts get a one gift, whatever. Given I have a brand new account and I deposit 99, then I have 100 in my account. Now, what's common between these two scenarios?
I have $100 in my account.
I have, it doesn't say a dollar, but I have 100 in my,
100 in May.
right? So intent is different here.
Correct.
Because these are two separate scenarios, and you could have two-step definition files. That could be for each scenario, you might have two-step definition or might have five-step definition, doesn't really matter. But the intent is different and you want to do something different. Here it says, given I have 100 in my account. It says, then I have 100 in my account. Now, what does the cucumber does?
So
It
account and
ignores
purchase.
given and then.
No, given or then.
Then, right?
I have 100 in May.
I have 100 in my account, so if you intend to do something different with this line versus this line.
Yeah.
You have to write your sentence differently.
So it will focus on the account and the amount, right?
What I'm trying to say is, it will match with a single step definition, because then and given is ignored. When it comes to the execution,
Mhm.
this line and this lines are exactly same because they have exactly same
But
wording.
the output may not be same.
Output intention, your
Yes.
intention is different,
Yes.
Mhm.
right?
Only
But
the
it will
line
execute it will match with the same step definition. Fine, basically, or step definition. So it will say, given, what is it? I have 100 in
100 in
my
my
account,
Oh,
and it will come, both step
Oh, okay.
will match to the same step definition. Because regular expression will match it to the same one.
so it will take always the matching.
Matching one, yep,
Oh.
even though your intent is different and.
Mhm.
So what you have to do is, because this is most common problem in the cucumber. If you have different, then you have to write it differently later bit, this step.
Oh, okay.
Then only you can make it unique, and so forth. Now, if you can reuse it. I have 3 different scenarios given that starts with given I have 100 in my account, which is fine. You can match with, you don't have to repeat the Ruby code 3 times. You can reuse it, just like any other coding language. But here, my intent is different. I want to make sure I write either that one or this one differently, so that I can create a new step definition code and logic, basically.
Hmm.
Any question?
So if both the sentence will not match, then there is no matching then. If you write down something different,
Mhm.
in this case, because both of the scenarios, the things are different, right?
It's not different. You have written differently in your steps, basically, but this line is same, right? This line is same. Technically, for Ruby, it doesn't really care. What Ruby cares is, hey, do I have, when it tries to execute one line by line, it will say, oh, where is my step definition?
That
And it
means
will
Ruby is
incorrectly,
Ruby is not checking the logic.
Ruby is not checking the logic, it's you. So it will match, as long as it matches with this pattern, it will go and execute that code. Even though you intend to do different.
Correct.
So you want to make sure you write the step differently,
Hmm.
if in that case. Okay, otherwise it will cause an issue for you. But good thing about tool is you will know as soon as you write the step. And if you don't see highlighted, that means it's already matching with the existing step definition and you will know it right away.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so that way you will change your sentence or language.
Mhm.
So that's all I wanted to say here in this particular code block. So steps can be ambiguous and you want to make sure they are unique. Basically because this step is ambiguous, right? I mean, it's not,
Same.
yeah, the intent, you want to write it differently, right? Okay. Like here, given I have deposited $100 in my account, then the balance of my account should be $100, something like that.
So in other
Yes,
words,
if there's some other, use
Mhm.
some other language or other words.
it should not be same sentence.
Yep, should not be
Same.
same. Okay. So let's move on. to the capture arguments. Now capture arguments, let's see what it is first. Okay. So what if we had another scenario where we needed a deposit to a different amount of money into the account? So let's think it this way. What is common? So I have deposited 100 in my account. So that's one step. In another scenario, I have deposited 250 in my account. So what's common between those two things?
I deposit,
I have
but the
deposited-
amount is different, but the account is there and deposit is there.
This line exactly same except for this
The
amount
Amount.
in both.
Yeah.
Now, why do I have $? Because in the Ruby code, it will automatically escape the special characters. When we generate the steps, because I have a dollar symbol, right?
Oh,
So it will escape. This is /s. It will automatically generate it for you when you generate the step.
So whenever there is a special character, you will find a.
You will
snapshot.
/s in
Yeah.
front of it. Okay, just to escape it because it's a program. But anyway, 100 and 250, that's different.
Yes.
Right? That's the only thing different. Again, if you intend to do same, you don't have to write separate steps here. For both of the steps, for given statement, your logic is same. Assume your logic is same. Why do I need to write two steps, two-step definition, basically differently?
The values are different.
Oh, now we can.
Right now, I have two values are different, right? But in the Cucumber world, you can change it and have a single step definition
And use
matching with the
and.
multiple steps. Okay? So how do we change it?
We can combine with the and.
So if you think about your regular expression. Now what you just did, right? Regular expression
/D.
And.
/D
Yeah.
and you specify it's a 3-digit.
3, so polynomial is 3.
Right. So you can apply the regular expression. So it will accept any 3-digit value. So if I have a third step that says $400 instead of 250 or 100, it will match it
Yeah.
with the same thing.
But we have to write down in together, right?
Yes.
In a single
So,
sentence.
so how it will change?
Like the RegEx, the regular expression.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. here.
Okay.
Okay, and what is the syntax for writing the regular expression? So that you write the step definition only once. It will match with the multiple steps, no matter what file or feature file your step contains. But when you execute them, it will match with this step definition. Okay, so let's see how it changed, right? So that is where the capture group comes in. Okay, that is where the capture group comes in. That is called capture groups. When you put the regular expression instead of the actual values, they are called capture groups. So capture group by definition is formed when a part of the regular expression is mounted within parentheses. So there is a syntax here. So I can have this capture group as soon as I put it in the parentheses and put the value in there. So that becomes the capture group. Now, as soon as you put the capture group, write something like this. See here, amount is added basically after the capture group. So capture, remember, this is important. I know a lot of people make mistake. Capture group, as soon as you specify in your step definition, you always has an argument. That value will flow, whatever is in the capture group, to the argument. Arguments are nothing but variables. These guys are variables. It's kind of like a parameters, right? We have in functions. Here, arguments are kind of like a parameters to your given, when, then step definitions, basically. It's another way, but this is a Cucumber syntax. Okay, so capture group will always have arguments. You can have multiple capture groups in the same given statement, but then you will have multiple arguments, and we will see what it looks like. Okay, so right now in this particular example, given I have deposited then capture group 100 in my account. So when I execute it, this value of 100 will flow into the variable, and then you can use that variable in your programming logic that you have to build it. So remember, our Cucumber scenarios, right? We want to be very specific. Specific by example. So you always put something. If you think it a load calculator, right? Given I am on this page, when I input $30 or 30, then I shall, or $1,000 as a loan amount, then I shall see 30. If you pass that $1,000, because your intent is what? You want to send the $1,000 value, ultimately go on the page and input that value. Then you want to compare that 30 output to whatever output is on the web page after you click on calculate. This is how you will be able to pass those values using the capture groups. So you're gonna write your Gherkin scenario with the specific test data. This one will flow to the arguments, and it comes to your Ruby code, and your Ruby code will ultimately use it to input those values or compare those values on the browser. This is the way you can do it. Okay, so capture group are very important. Okay, the test automation, capture groups are very important.
And it's always stay inside the parentheses.
Yes, this is a syntax, parenthesis. The parenthesis this is a fixed value, but you can put your regular expression. If I don't want to say 100, how do I put the regular expression? I can say /D3, whatever, right there, and it will take on any
Okay,
value.
here we can put that slash.
Yep. That's
Oh.
correct. Instead of 100, right now it's a fixed value,
Uh-huh.
but I can put anything. And we will see, I'll go through some very quickly, those examples here, and then we'll actually dive into and create something.
You just put the D3.
Yep. Okay, I think that the example is next. So I don't want you to do anything right now.
When you're putting the D3, that is also staying inside the parentheses, right?
Yes, you have to have parentheses first, right? Just like this.
Okay.
But don't worry about writing anything down because everything is in the note. The examples are there. So you can, let's focus on understanding the concept. Okay, so in our example here, we have 100 and 250, right? So I can use alternation. I can say within capture group 100 or type symbol and 250. Or
Okay.
right? We have that in the capture group as in the regular expression. I showed you example 80 or GT or BT, whatever. You can do the same thing here. Within capture group, you can say 100 or 250. So any step that contains either 100 or 250, it will match.
But this is not or, right? This is and.
No, this is all.
No, this is all 100 or 250, any value, it will match it. So it will match with this tab or this tab.
So what is there for and?
If you do and, what will happen?
There is no and.
There is no
There is no
and.
and. No. Here it's not a logic, right? Program. We are not writing program. It's a regular expression. Regular expression does not have and. It has or only.
Always or.
Yeah. What values you want to match with? There is no and this one is true and this one is true. No, there is no. It's not a programming,
It
right?
will be complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't get confused with Ruby. Ruby programming.
I thought you say or, so and will be there.
No, here it's an alternation. Okay, I'm telling you in a simple language. It said match with 100 or 250. Any step that has this, so it matches with a different variation of this text. I have deposited 100 in my account, or I have deposited 250 in my account. If you have a third value, you can simply add another pipe symbol, say 300. So it will match
You
with.
can add as many.
Yes, but now if it gets too much, then you don't want to keep on adding, right? You just say /D3,
But
whatever.
if in the same line, I want both the values, can it be possible?
Same line, both the I
Means
didn't get.
100, means
Means you're talking about and.
my expression has
Uh-huh.
the 100 and 250. I want both. Then,
Yeah, but then those are two different values
yes,
in a one sentence. So
yes.
you have to create two capture groups.
Oh,
Because your definition will say, I have deposited 100 and I have deposited 250.
Hmm.
Now, if you want those values to flow to your Ruby code, you have to create, I have deposited 100. So you create one capture group, and I have deposited 250 with the second capture group. You will have two arguments,
oh.
amount 1 in comma amount 2. Okay, so so those two values will come as two different arguments, then you can use it in
So
Ruby
that
code.
means we are doing AND in get that. We have to do two capture groups.
But there is no end. Okay, there is no end. It's still not end. Yeah, one more capture group. You can create as many, just like as many arguments that
So
you.
if you want two values, you have to do two
Yeah.
capture groups. Yes.
Now here, remember, this given an end, you are two different steps. You're matching with the same step definition. Two different steps. What we have is two different steps,
Given.
right?
Given.
100,
Given,
Correct, yeah.
well, these are two separate step definitions, right?
Mhm.
When we write this, we write only one step definition that matches with whatever steps these guys were matching.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's always like a. Think it that way. You are minimizing your Ruby
Just
code.
check if 100, then take it, or 250, take it, means depending on what.
Whatever
value
value,
you are
yeah,
giving.
we are giving in the step.
And another question, if I'm doing more than one capture group,
Mhm.
like we need two values, so it will be one more argument too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes.
You're always whatever capture, a number of capture, you will have same number of arguments. Same number of arguments. You can go as many as you need, but generally not more than two. I have not seen more than two.
Okay.
Otherwise, things do get tricky.
Okay.
I mean, tricky. I mean, you have to remember, make sure you have right things and so forth. Okay, but this is alternation. Okay, that's what is called alternation. So it will, these two steps will match with this particular step definition, single step definition. These two steps. So it's alternation useful if there are fixed set of values that you want to accept in your step definition. Fixed set of values. If it goes more than 3 or 4, I wouldn't use it. Then you just change it to the normal regular expression. Before we come to exercise, let's take a look at other things. Then I'll let you guys do the exercise, or we'll work through exercise. Okay, so dot, right? So we know dot is a single character matching. So given I have deposited dot in my account, again, now I'm using 3 dots. These three characters.
Okay.
It can be anything.
4 means 4.
Yeah, if you say 4 dots means 4 characters. Has to have four characters. So what I can match with, given I have deposited 300 in my account, given I have deposited 700 in my account, right? With the 3 dots
Hmm.
here. Now, what's the drawback of using dots? What's the drawback of using dots?
You can put anything.
You can put anything, right?
Yeah.
So it may, given I have deposited y,
Yeah, I can.
It will match it.
I can do alphabet, anything.
right? So
Special-
that's the drawback. Accepts any character.
Hmm.
Only takes restricted amounts. Any drawbacks with this format? So that's the reason you don't want to use 3 dots.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because you want to specifically put something else. Okay. So I think we already talked about /s, putting $$ in space in front of the special character that I use. So that's what he's talking about here. Let's see here. Now,
So this dot is called meta character?
yeah, it's just a meta character, yeah.
Meta
It's a character, meta character, whatever you call it. Yeah. But conceptually, I mean, let's think it conceptually, what is called, who cares, right? conceptually, as long as you understand. Now I can always use this type of expression. Now what does it mean? When I use this dot star, what does it mean? Instead of 3 dots, I'm using dot star. What's the usage of star?
You take the squares.
It's a 0 or many.
Yes.
0 or many. So what does it mean? If I say 300, 3,000, 5 million, who cares? It will match it.
The exponential part.
Yeah, with this one, anything between I have deposited and in my account. Anything between there, as long as I have starting, I have deposited and ending with in my account.
That means anything, right?
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
So it will match with this. Given I have deposited 100 in my account, right? Because this one is 100 is part of it. Given I have deposited 100 and learning Ruby in my account, whatever.
So it's the same like 3 dots then, anything.
Not 3 dots. 3 dots are fixed.
Only 3.
Only 3.
So.
Here, any.
Oh,
Yeah.
only 3, anything, right?
Yes.
You're one.
Yes.
Zero to
anything,
end,
correct.
zero to start, anything.
0 to n number, as long as your ending is in my account.
Yes.
And beginning is I have deposited anything in between, it will match it. So here I have 100 and learning Ruby, so this one will be match. And flow as your value in the argument.
It means anything, okay.
Right? Dot star, that means any character and repeated as many times.
Only,
Any character, no, anything. Anything, only 3.
only 3.
Oh, okay.
One dot is one character.
One dot is one character.
If you say 2 dots, that means it said you cannot go more than 2 characters.
More than 2 characters.
Here it may be 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3,
Only
anything.
Infinite numbers.
Here you can.
As long as it's between beginning is I have deposited, ending is in my account. Anything in the middle, it will match it.
Not only digits, anything, right?
Anything.
Anything.
That's the point. That's why we don't use star. Okay, because you will have unintended consequences
Okay.
for that. Okay. So now let's take a look at if you just want the numbers, right? I can say 0 to 9 range, or I can say /d, right? Star. Now it says star here. So what does it mean? How does it read this particular one at the bottom? Given I have deposited 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 star.
This number is same, other than.
This
whatever
only
one is-
9 characters you are telling?
No, this is a range.
No, there is a.
0 to 9 is a range. You can say 0-9, or you can type in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
0 to 9.
And then it has a star. So what does it mean?
Star means it will be infinite, like you told. I mean, there will be no limit.
That is
Zero
correct.
or more, 0 or more, yeah.
Yep, 0 or more, right?
Yeah.
So if I don't say anything, it will still match it, given I have deposited in my account. If I write just that, because it's 0 or more.
So star means anything more.
Or I can do 100 or 1,000 million, doesn't matter. Okay, because it's any character, more, basically 0 or more characters.
Okay.
So that's what it is. Or I can do it like 0-9 star. I think we already know it, right? This range. It's the same thing as this one. This range. Here you are specifying the range. Same thing here, 0 to 9.
So I didn't get it. So star means more, right?
0 or more.
0.
0 or more, basically.
Yeah.
So inside the square bracket means, so,
It's how many times you can repeat that particular character.
okay.
Now star meaning 0 or more many times. Infinite, 0 or infinite.
So
So-
this much number will be repeated again and
No, no, the digits,
understand.
only digits.
oh, this much.
So it can be any digit between the 0 and 9. Now we all know numbers are between 0 and 9. So 1, 3, 5, you can repeat any number. Infinite times.
So
Yeah,
any number between 0 to 9
Yep.
can be
Repeated.
repeated
Infinite.
anytime.
anytime.
Oh,
But
thank you.
that will not match with /d.
It's the same as slash D. Slash D is one number, one digit, right?
That's
One
right.
digit.
Just now you saw, right? You saw, right? You said slash D will be same as this one.
No, slash
No.
D this is one digit, okay? This is still one digit. When we put, it's not saying 0 to 9. This is a range. Bracket will contain a range here.
So it can be any number.
Logically, it's not same, right?
So,
What I'm telling
Okay.
here, if I give 2-digit number, it will take, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Because you said.
so let's
0
give
to
example like 10,
10.
right? So
Correct,
I have deposited 10 in my account.
correct.
Yeah, it will take it. Yep.
What about the regular expression one? You gave.
It's the same thing, right? 0 to 9, the star, or I can do slash D star,
Oh, star is that, that's what.
right?
Star.
Because slash D is one character,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
When you do
Yeah,
star,
yeah.
it's
I thought only slash D.
no, slash D star. So this one is same, that one is same, they all are pretty much same.
So Hafsat, star is. how many
Zero or
times?
many, yeah, how many times that character, you can have the value repeated.
Okay.
From the range, now we are talking about from the range.
Yes.
Okay, so this one you can use it, or you can do basically shorten. This is called shorten character. Slash D is a shorten for the range, same thing. Okay. We already talked about slash W, slash S, and so forth. There are other shorten. These are all shorten characters.
B, there is a new one, B, slash B.
boundary.
Stands for word boundary, which is not like, but actually means opposite of slash W. Again, anything that is not a word character is a word boundary. Again, I practically never use it. Slash B is there. As I said, I mean, there is the infinite again. You can see it, there are so many variations in the regex, but
But
Stick
we
to
don't
the-
use that much.
I don't think practically you
Okay.
will use it. But it's available. We all know plus modifier, right? So we saw star modifier, which is 0 or many, plus is 1 too many. Okay, at least once. That's the difference, okay? 0 or many, that means if I have statement given, I have deposited in my account. If I don't put anything, it will match with that statement, with the star. Because it's a 0 or many. Here, you at least have to have one digit between I have deposited 1 in my account, or 2 in my account, 3 or 30 or 3 million, who cares? But it has to be, number has to be there. Okay, so most likely you will use plus instead of star. Okay, with at least,
Sir, one more time, please.
so plus meaning 1 or many. Star meaning 0 or many. Now, if you are saying I have deposited some amount, if you want to restrict that, at least one, whatever,
Then you have to do plus.
one digit at least.
Zero, then.
Yeah, at least one digit, basically, you want to specify in your statement, that means you have to match it, put this D star plus. At least one, and more. So given, so it will match with, I have deposited 1 in my account, or I have deposited 100 in my account, or I have deposited 1,000 in my account. But it will not match with, I have deposited in my account. That statement.
So if I deposited $50, so I should not mention D star, right? I should do D
Yeah,
plus.
yeah, that's correct, because it will match with, I have deposited in my account. Without 50 or any number in between, I have deposited and in my account. What we are saying is, we are forcing some value in our statement.
Okay.
You cannot, we are saying here, when you use plus, means at least 1, you have to specify some number in your statement. That's what we are saying.
So that means if you deposited some amount, it's better choice to put D plus. Whatever I understand.
Yes. See, any number of times, right, for star can mean 0. Means 0 number of times. When you do D star, means 0 or more. But when you say plus, that means I have to have at least one value in my statement, then only it will be. Now, why would you write the statement, I have deposited in my account? You don't wanna,
Nothing.
because it's not really, it doesn't make sense, right? But
Oh, yeah.
technically, if you want to enforce that, you have to use plus, D plus.
Mm.
At least one, something, put something in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise why I'll write it, I deposited. If I
Yeah, that's why
deposit-
you want to write the correct way, those regular expressions,
Mhm.
basically, so that it makes sense. Okay. Now, there are multiple captures. There is a concept called multiple captures, right? So obviously, there is no restriction that capturing should have a single argument, right? You can have multiple capture groups in the statement, and you can have 2 arguments or n number of arguments. There is no limit. Now, Cucumber will pass argument to the block for every capture group in the regular expression. So you specify that value will get passed to the argument. So here, let's take a look at this particular example here. So transferring fund, right? So how do we change it? Basically. So let's take a look at it. Where would you put the capture group?
Capture group will be
First
$500.
This is my scenario, right? I'll let you guys read it, right? End to end. So what makes sense to put the capture group? Where do we put the capture group?
510.
Okay, 510, right? So when I generate my step definition, right?
Uh-huh.
I can put in my step definition, I can put capture group around this value. Right, in my step definition. This is my step,
Yes.
right? Okay. Now, what else is common? What else you can use it? Where else you can put capture group?
The kind of accounts.
Account.
Checking or savings,
So, yeah, checking.
right?
and saving.
You can do check, put a capture group, another capture group on the checking or savings, basically. And put the alternation that we talked about, right?
Yeah.
You can apply the same thing, so now you will have 2 arguments.
Yeah.
2 capture groups, 2 arguments.
Yes.
First capture group will have value of 10 or 500, whatever.
Then
Or
the-
second one will have checking or savings,
Savings.
that type of thing, right? So if you look at it, we will change something like this. You can do something like this. Even I have deposited D plus. All I'm saying is D plus,
Mhm.
10 or 500 or 50, I don't really
At least
care,
one, yeah.
right? At least something in my /W plus. Okay, so I can do either checking or savings, basically, /W plus, anything,
Anything.
right?
Yeah.
/W plus is anything, but now if you want to be specific, you can use the alternation. You can say slash, here instead of /W, you can say checking, pipe, saving. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
okay, remember we talked about alternation, you can use that for the second capture. Now, so I will have 2 arguments. Here, amount and account type. So what the amount will contain? Value of whatever the value here that's coming in.
Yeah.
And what the account type will be, whatever is checking or savings, whatever values are there.
We are not seeing anything.
Oh,
Where the cursor goes.
cursor, yeah, the way the cursor moves is,
So we can do.
so here, this is what we are talking about at the top, right? So first capture group will have value of 10,
Uh-huh.
second one will have value of checking or savings, whatever, basically values are coming. Okay,
So we have to understand the logic,
Yeah.
then write down everything within given.
good thing
And-
about
and-
Given
most
two-
of the code is generated for you.
Yes.
Okay, most of
Okay.
the code is generated for you,
Oh,
but you have to modify it a little bit. for these capture groups. Because capture groups are not generated automatically.
But
Okay.
this when then it will be generated.
Yeah, it will be generated. It will be generated. So that's why you use to.
Correct.
Okay.
So our focus should be in capture group and.
Capture group, what values you are passing from your step to step definition and what needs to go on the web page. Ultimate goal is to send those values to the web page and so that's where you need to modify these steps. And we'll work through some practice here. So
So we need to interpret that statement, right? We need to kind of interpret, capture.
you have to understand regular expression
Yeah.
plus this step definitions. You guys haven't seen what it looks like yet.
Yeah.
We are still talking conceptually here,
Correct.
but we'll work through when we work through some example, you will know.
Sure.
But person here, we can do the or function like 10 or 500.
Yeah, well, the alternation, you can use it, right? If you have a limited set of values, you can use them. Here, like here, checking and savings, right? We talked about, there are only two values here. Then I can use basically alternation and write instead of /w plus, I can say checking, pipe, savings. That alternation, right? We talked about here in one of the example here earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it was, but it's somewhere earlier.
Yeah, we did the 500.
So you can do it as well, right? You don't have to say this one. If you know it always gonna be 100 or 250, then you just say it that way. Okay. All right, so there are a few other options available in the Cucumber. Again, sky is the limit. Now I practically don't like these options, quotation modifier and so forth, but they are available to match with the different step definition. So I have these two steps, right? What's the different here? Given I have one cucumber in my basket and given I have 256 cucumbers in my basket.
Numbers are.
One number is different and then what else? Cucumber and cucumbers, right?
Yeah.
So you can be really picky and you can write something like this.
So we should keep eye on that. Go.
So the question mark modifier, okay, that's where question mark modifier. Again, you want to avoid this type of things. I'll tell you, keep it simple. You don't want to get into like S and putting question marks and those things. Things get little bit ugly. But here, this particular step definition will match with both of these steps. All I have done is cucumber question mark. So it said, what is that? So it can be cucumbers, cucumber. If you put R as well, it will match it. Okay, but practically, you don't want to use those. You want to write your statement properly so that you don't have to get into
So
those types.
question mark is there for to find it out is only cucumber or S?
Cucumbers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but remember, it's the value that you see here after it's not a capture group or anything, it doesn't flow as argument. So it's just basically whatever cucumbers or cucumber or cucumber, whatever. It will not do anything else.
But will it take one character or more?
That is a one character only. Question mark is for single character.
So what you said, cucumber means another R?
Yeah, you can, it's any character. Cucumber dot, it will match it.
This means any character.
Anything.
But one, any character.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying don't get confused. It's there, but that doesn't mean you have to use it. Yeah. Okay. Now, these are capture groups so far we've been talking about, right? But there are non-capturing groups as well. Okay, so look at the quickly, we can take a look at this example quickly and then dive into exercises. So when I visit homepage, when I go to the homepage, so what's the difference here? Just a wording,
Visit
right?
and go.
Same.
Visit homepage versus go to homepage.
Same thing. but-
Now, this values you don't really want to flow to the arguments and so forth, right? Because there is no use, practical usage.
Mhm.
That's where non-capturing group comes in the picture. You have some alternating value, but you don't want to send it to the argument in the code and don't want to do anything with that. So that's where non-capturing groups, and this is where again syntax gets ugly. So that's why you want to standardize your text, how you are writing your Cucumber test. And those things. But here you can write match it with the same step definition, something like that. It's available, but that doesn't mean you have to use it. Okay, it's available. Practically I never use it because it's of no use.
Just for knowledge, to know
Just-
about it.
It's there, just like programming is a big word. Cucumber is again has a lot of variations. They keep on adding new things and so forth. Okay, so it's a non-capturing groups. Okay. All right, so let's come back here. So now let's dive into actual exercise, which I think you guys are ready for that.
Yes, mistakes.
Yeah.
But I like mistakes.
No, Harshal, we are not at all ready.
Whether ready or not, you have to do it. So
Yeah,
I think,
we'll try, yeah. I think Daisy can do.
oh no,
I'm sure you all can do it.
no.
Okay, so now what we will do is for this exercise is we cannot use the Ruby project that we have. So remember, how did we create the project? Our Cucumber
Oh,
project.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Okay, so this is nothing to do with the Ruby, right?
Okay.
So we will create, let me go and just pay attention here because I'm pretty sure you guys forgot how to create a new project. So I'm going to do new project.
Okay.
And this time I'm going to give name as a Cucumber exercise.
Can we do simultaneously?
What is it?
No.
Can we do at the
No.
same time?
Just pay attention because you should be able to do it at home as well. So, and plus here. Yeah, accordingly.
File then project.
Yeah, this is just like any Word document or anything else, right? New project, whatever name you want to give it. I'm giving Cucumber exercises. And I'm just gonna click on create. Now it will ask you for this window.
Why your name is like that?
So here, what I'll do is, I think I explained you guys earlier, this window, meaning it will close the project and open the new project. New window means it will open a new RubyMine window and open it over there. So we'll do attach. Because I can add to this my current solution or whatever. Okay, so I'm not in this Ruby project, I'm not here, but I have Cucumber exercise project. Now, if it gets confusing, just close the all existing projects and open that one.
So how to go back to the Ruby project?
So it's there.
It is there.
Right now it's there.
Oh, okay.
But if you close out the project, then you just simply click on open and find your project wherever it is. The folder, right? So, but here, remember, this Cucumber exercise is where it's stored. You will have, it's under C automation folder, and then I have this folder.
Okay.
So if I'm closing it out, right? Let me just exit out.
Mhm.
I'm going to open RubyMine. Should open the last project that was open or last things that was open. Okay, so again it opened up, but let me close projects in the current view. I'm gonna close out everything. Okay, so now if you have to open the project, you just open the whatever project you want to open. And let's see, where is my Cucumber project? Okay, so I don't see it here. So I'm going to browse it, open, and let's say I have C, where was it? Test somewhere,
Test. Test automation.
Oh, test automation. Yep,
Yeah.
there you go. That's a folder, and then a Cucumber exercises. So I just select the folder, and that's all. So now I have only this particular project open.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's an empty project. Now, what do we need for our Cucumber exercise?
Fine. Means, yeah, the new one, new file.
The file.
RB.
.rb file,
No.
what do we
Oh.
Step definition.
need? You need the steps, you need the steps, right? Or feature file. Now, where do you create the feature file in the Cucumber? Remember, we talked about Cucumber scaffolding or project structure. Okay, in the first session. So you will have always have features directory. Okay. You will have step definitions directory. You will have a support directory. Now, support we haven't talked about yet, but step definition we'll see it today. But first thing, what you will need is features folder.
Features folder.
This is where all your Cucumber feature files needs to go in. Okay, otherwise it will not recognize your feature file.
Oh,
If you try to add a feature file without the features folder, it will not execute properly. So this is my empty project, right? So first thing I need to do is create a new what do I need? Directory, right?
Mm.
And its name needs to be features, all lowercase features. Okay. Now, so I have one folder now. Now I'm going to add my first Cucumber file or feature file, dot feature file. So new file.
Dot features.
So name can be anything,
Yeah, but you want to make sure what are scenarios you are testing, the name.
the directory name,
The directory name has to be features,
it will be feature.
has to be features.
Has to be.
Exactly feature.
Okay, if you make a spelling mistake or typos, it's not gonna work.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay.
so it has to be features.
S is there.
Yep,
Okay.
it's yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to add a file
File.
and let's see what scenario we are testing. So let's say loan calculator. How about that? Or login,
It's simple.
login.feature.
This is login dot feature.
It
That one,
has
okay.
to be
It is feature.
Yes.
dot feature, right? File name has to be dot feature, has to end with the dot feature.
Dot feature.
Okay, so now I have login dot feature and you will see the symbol, green symbol, which is a Cucumber symbol. Okay. Now, what is that my feature file should contain?
Login.
No, starting with the even before the given.
Oh,
Even
Well, before given, what is that you will
scenario.
before scenario? What would you need?
Picture.
that one.
No,
I
first
think you
picture,
guys
then
forgot.
scenario, then given, right? No, I'm
So
forgetting.
feature, right?
Picture
Yeah,
first.
feature.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And you don't have to type in, you can, but at least you can always type in if you need to describe what is the feature, what's and
Yeah,
so
it's
forth.
the description.
Okay, now you have scenario. Second keyword is scenario.
Yes.
Mhm.
And what scenario you are testing? Let's just say simple,
Login.
log into our flow.
Login.
Okay,
Okay, that's, I'm just giving some text
okay.
for explanation.
Mhm.
Now, what would be my steps? If I'm trying to log into our flow, give me your steps.
Even our
The
front side.
Apple website is there.
From not our website. So remember, now again, you are writing this scenario. You guys did write it, right, earlier, the scenarios for login.
You go to that URL.
Even I am on our phone.
I have not known.
Yeah.
Okay, then what?
Give the password and
When
when I enter the password,
Login credential
login credentials, yeah.
and login.
And login password. Oh,
No, login credentials are there.
Right.
Login.
And login.
Yes. Then
I am on the home page.
I'm on the home page, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so this is our scenario.
Yeah.
This is our simple scenario. And make sure you guys, if you forget any of the keyword, it's gonna throw you an error.
Features,
Specifically the
scenarios.
scenario keyword and feature keyword.
Yes.
Okay, if you don't have this, you cannot run your Cucumber program.
else over there, no, picture.
No,
Pictures.
name will be feature.
Pictures.
After that, it should be feature.
So now, hopefully you can repeat the exercise that you did in the first session and create all those feature files again as part of your homework, right? So that you don't forget.
Which one?
The first we did some 2 weeks back, I guess.
Feature and features.
I
Yeah.
think everybody enjoyed Thanksgiving so much.
Yeah, true.
Practicing, I can see that. But anyway, I'm sure you guys will figure it out. So now my feature file is and scenario is written down that this is my starting point, right? Now, how do I execute this Cucumber scenario? I select this feature file, right click on it, say run login.feature.
Yes.
Okay, yep, it says no SDK specified. Okay, so this is a common error.
So what's that mean?
So what it means is that it's my project is not associated with any Ruby SDK. Okay, when I created a project, it did not associate with any Ruby
So
SDK.
you need to create one
SDK
No,
means-
no, you,
features, directory, file.
SDK.
no, Ruby SDK. Okay, so let's go and associate our project to a Ruby SDK.
SDK means step definition? No.
No, SDK is what you install the Ruby programming.
So what do we need to create? A Ruby file or class?
No, you don't have to create.
No.
Remember, we install this Ruby
Yeah,
under
but
Ruby.
SDK.
So this 2764, right? This is what you install.
Mhm.
Okay.
So sometime it automatically, when you create a new project, it did not recognize what type of project it is and did not associate with the my Ruby SDK. That's why it's throwing me this error. Undefined basically and so forth. So when I run it, it says error running login.feature. No SDK specified on the right side here. Okay.
It may not give error for us.
Yeah, it may not give error for you guys, okay? But just in case if you come across this error, then here what we can do is go to the settings. And we'll find the SDK, build execution deployment.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Yes, these things are there.
Some problem will happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty standard, so you will find it here. Deployment, let's see, where did it go?
How
System.
about let's just do this one then?
No, let's figure it
Now,
out.
why don't you guys at least create the project right now, while I'm basically associating it here. Where did it go? SDK? Oh, language is a framework. Yes, not here, language is a framework.
I know.
See, here. So under languages and framework, you have Ruby SDK and gems, okay?
Language and framework.
And I have two SDKs, so my project got confused, so that's a reason. But I'm going to associate with the Ruby 276, so I just click on it. And that's all I needed. Okay, so now if I run this again, hopefully it will recognize this time properly. Now it is running. Says testing started, but then it will basically put something like this, okay? So it says it executed, but then if I go to the bottom, it says pending because there is no step definition file. So it doesn't know what to do with the steps,
Oh,
okay? And that's the reason you see these fields highlighted.
oh.
All these are highlighted. That means I don't have any matching step definition for any of my steps because everything is highlighted here. Okay, so first thing,
Can
Yeah.
you show again, what did you do in settings? I just missed that little part.
Sure.
In languages.
yeah, so under settings, I go to the file settings.
Mhm.
Then I went to Ruby SDK and gems. And then I just selected which SDK I want to run under. Because I have multiple SDKs, you guys have only one.
Okay.
So you just click on this particular SDK for
Mhm.
your project. And then click OK, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, then your project will run under that SDK.
Can you show how to go to SDK on?
File, settings, then languages and framework, Ruby SDK and gems.
We have to do that.
You may or may not. You may or may not,
For me, it's showing no SDK.
right? So this is here Ruby SDK gems, and you select,
The first one.
you should have
When you
only
say
one.
File and code.
What?
First go to
File settings.
file settings.
I have to.
Yeah, then
Ruby is under language in a
No,
framework.
2.7.6.
Yeah,
language injection.
yep, languages and frameworks.
Then I have to check now.
No, in setting where I have to go, you said
Yeah, languages and framework.
Language and language.
language in framework.
So I have like this, two,
Or search when the settings open, just search for Ruby SDK.
yeah, I got it. So then after that, I need to click on OK,
Yeah, you have to click on OK, right? Otherwise the setting will not apply.
where I can see.
Ruby SDK and
It's at the
gems.
bottom. OK is at the bottom.
Ruby SDK and gems.
Yep,
Click on that.
and then you will see on the right side.
Then we have to do it.
Okay, then
Did you select click on the whatever SDK you have?
it is clicked because I have one.
Yeah, just
So, okay,
no, click on, did you select it?
yeah.
Right, and click OK. Yeah, that's all.
No.
I have two,
Still it's showing error running login that feature.
That means you have different errors. So read the error. This time you might be missing some keyword scenarios or whatever it is. So that might be a different error at that point. Or it could be error, something like this. You will see something similar, but you scroll down and you will see if it's executed successfully, then you will see something like this.
So Arshil, when I'm creating the file, I mean, new project, it's showing, and down it's showing SDK, I mean, with a heart.
And you can select it at that point as
Yeah,
well.
just, I have to do plus, I mean, there is a Ruby SDK
Yeah,
and plus.
Yep, just click on plus. Yep, that's the easier way.
And then, just okay, I think ruby.exe.
Yep.
So I don't need to worry, now it's like SDK or?
Well, if it doesn't run, then you have to go find out what's the issue, right?
Yeah.
So, but otherwise it should be okay as long as you selected SDK.
Yes, yeah. So I will create, okay, attach.
Yep.
Yeah, so now I'm on Cucumber exercise, yeah.
Or create the folder first and the login.feature file, right?
Yeah, so new folder from there, right? Yeah, new file is there or no?
Connect it to the Ruby, what will happen?
Correct to the Ruby.
The
I don't think anything will happen.
Ruby,
New, I think I'm lost somewhere. So the Cucumber exercise, then I have to do new file, I think, right? Or
Yes. Yep,
New-
follow the steps. Yep, I just had it.
because two things were there, Ruby and Cucumber.
No, you can't have two things. It has to be only one. SDK is only one. For you guys, it should only be 276
Because
feet.
my Ruby
I have
window
two.
was open.
points.
No.
No, don't bring it. I'll come there. But this is what you should see. Is that what you see?
No, now it's okay.
Okay.
But I connected that to Ruby one also. So what will happen?
I'm not sure anything will happen. As long as you are able to run the Cucumber
Yeah,
project, then
Because you are.
then you are good. There is no harm.
file name I have to give .exe, right?
Dot feature.
Dot feature, okay.
All right, make sure you have a scenario up and running, right? This one, this specific scenario.
I ran, I'm
I
getting
think
so
it's-
many errors.
Yeah, same thing is showing.
So do you have exactly you typed in what you have, what I have, or you have different keywords, like given
So
typos?
First step should be capital.
It has to be, everything has to be, it's a case sensitive, so make sure you follow the syntax.
For me, it's still showing the SDK error. I don't know why.
Okay, so go ahead and share your screen for a minute.
Okay.
Here, give me a second so that I can let you share. Okay,
Can you see my screen?
not yet. You might have to share it again, Gitali. Stop
Oh,
sharing.
okay.
For run, I think we have to give that given when and then, right?
You are missing a feature. So I
Oh.
think your project is incorrect. So the file, I can see it outside the features folder, first of all.
Okay. That is
Plus
the
you-
issue.
I think you probably want to open just a Cucumber project. So right now you are running a Ruby code. Because I can see it, please enter your name at the bottom. So you probably want to just open the Cucumber project.
Oh, okay. It's still open, right? Okay. Terminate, right?
Just we'll see.
And drag and drop that. Okay, what you can do is drag and drop that file into Cucumber folder, features folder.
This
Yeah, so go to the login.feature.
Please.
okay.
No. Login.feature on the left side. You see.
Oh,
the
sorry, yeah, here, yeah.
login. Yep, drag it, press the mouse button and drop it on the features folder.
Features folder. Here?
Same project. You have features folder. I can see, is it a folder or you created a file?
This one, it's a folder, right?
Give me a control very quickly.
Okay.
Okay. So what is this? This is a file. I think you did not create a
Features,
folder.
yeah, the first one you asked to.
No, this is a file. So you did not create a folder.
Because we don't have, we have same SDK.
So you need to create a directory. You created a file,
Oh,
just like a Windows directory, right?
okay. Okay, and then put that there. Okay.
Error is state technician over there. Error because there is no matching over there. That's why. Yes.
Yes, so your SDK is not there.
So what will happen if you close all this? This is related to Ruby. I don't want to close it. Something will happen then everything will happen.
So that's what he said. You have to go to the first page and then select either Ruby or where your project is. See folder, go there.
Let's do one thing. I'm gonna close out your projects here. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure what else
Also,
is wrong.
what happened, I don't know, that can be a problem. So when you're going to the SDK, it's Ruby selected over there. Maybe that's why, I don't know, because we have only one SDK.
No,
Yes.
she's getting any problem?
Yes, so I'm gonna Cucumber exercises. Okay, so Ruby is there.
Yes. Wait, you start on another city. We're doing this one, right? We're doing this one. We have exercise to do.
No, this is not finished, right? Is it done?
Did you guys type in the login feature file, feature scenario in
Yeah,
your?
our is done. No,
Yeah,
this is done.
But this is-
okay, no, just stay on there.
Okay,
Give me a
okay.
second.
Yes. So that because it has error, right?
No, you can't have error. So if you have error,
No, with this means.
Means we don't have the state definition, that's why.
Right.
Step definition.
yeah, it doesn't have step in. So we'll work through it. How do we create
Yeah,
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, SDK problem is solved for us.
Yep.
We did it.
Okay, that's good.
I guess mine is working. If you want, I can share.
Not yet, Geetali. I'm looking at Geetali's desktop
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, so that was the login feature, I think. Yeah, mine is showing like Cucumber publish and reports to go.
This one, this one. The cat of this one, no, this is different. This is one is. Email address putting
Yep, okay, Gitali, you can your project is configured properly, but make sure to follow the project structure, okay? Next time, just looking at this sample project, right? Or our exercise project, all right?
Okay. Okay.
Yep, you can stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody should have something similar to what I have, right? Okay.
Harshal, I would like to share mine. Can you check?
Let's check, okay. Okay, go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah.
So the structure is very important. If you don't have proper structure, it will not work. Okay. For the Cucumber, you have your right structure. SDK and other things you will figure out. Basically, hopefully you guys understand where to go and put that in. Okay, so with your project, what is your project? Cucumber exercises or Cucumber? So login feature, can you run that? Can you scroll down? So
Yeah,
go up.
yeah, this one is working. Yeah, I think this was I did that long back. 2
Right,
weeks
right.
back. Yeah, but this one I did new. This Cucumber.
Because
It's
it's not a folder structure is improper. That's the reason.
yeah.
Other things are not correct. So I would get rid of that project, second one.
Second one. But
You-
in the,
You
yeah,
have,
this
yeah, you don't have folder structure properly. It will not work if you don't have features folder, then login.feature. You can clearly see you are missing the features folder, then your file name is cucumber.features, which is not correct.
oh yes, yeah, I think
Those small things, tools are tools, they don't understand.
yeah, because when I copy paste here, it is not working. Yeah, that it's not showing even.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So I will ignore the project for now, that one, just pretend it's
Yeah.
not there. And if you can stop sharing this, then we can move on to the other things. I
Yeah,
think
sure.
it's working, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, I got it. Why? So this one I can continue working in this one, I think. Yeah,
Yes.
so no issue. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Stop share.
Yep.
Where is it? I forgot. It is pause share, stop share. Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have project. Which is good. So you guys will work through it at home. So if you have a new feature file, let's say you want to add, again, right click on the features folder. Then say new file and give whatever the file name you want to give, maybe loan calculator dot feature. Okay, so all the loan calculator scenarios will come here. This is login feature file. So login scenarios are there and so forth. Okay, so first thing, we don't have any step definition, right? And that's the reason you are seeing this when and pending, and it's asking you to generate the step definition. It says you can implement step definitions for undefined steps with this snippet.
It's very
Right?
user-friendly.
User-friendly tool, right? That's why we use tools. So it gives you all those things and so forth. But we'll come here and how do we generate it? since we don't have a file, so I'm gonna go simple way.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to click on first tab given, right just before I, and I'm gonna see this bulb.
Uh-huh.
And I'll say create step definition, create all step definitions. If you are creating for first time, you can use this create all step definitions. So it will create step definitions based on what you have in all the steps.
So what's the difference between why there is all?
This
steps
is
and-
one step. It will create one step. So I'm on this step. It will create step definition for only for this step.
Uh-huh.
But we don't have any steps here, right? We don't have any. This is the first time we are creating, and we want to create everything together, all 4 steps. Okay, so here I'm going to click on right before I'm going to see this bulb. If you don't see the bulb, that means you have clicked somewhere else. Okay, tool will show the bulb. And now I'm gonna click on create all step definitions. And it says what is the file name? You don't have to change anything else, but it will ask you for the file name. And here you want to give meaningful file name. Instead of my underscore steps, you want to say what is your feature. So let's say login underscore steps. Because we are creating step definition for login.feature.
So steps will be there, only change the login.
No, this is the file name, right?
You have
This
to
is the file
change
name.
mine to login.
So give some meaningful name. Mine, you work as well, it doesn't really matter, but if there are 500 files, you want to give some meaningful names. So I'm giving login.steps and click on OK. So it will automatically create this step definitions folder, and it will put login underscore steps.rb in that folder. Right?
No, I can see mine.
It will be there. It will be there somewhere. Make sure you play around, right? It's a step underscore definitions folder should be created. Then your file will be under that folder.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Yeah.
It will work, I mean. Okay, so is everybody with me?
Yes.
No, I think her system, yes, something gone, it's in loop kind of, so.
So see, do you have multiple projects open?
Yeah, I did everything, but suddenly
It went off, totally.
completely.
No,
down
just
out,
open the
shut
project.
down.
Yeah, just open the project.
No, she's not able to click also.
I don't know what happened.
Yes.
Ah, it's the manual. Start from the beginning.
Yeah, open the project. You don't have to create the project, click on open the project.
Yeah, we
And if you want to sit with Susie or her, I mean, just move there so that you can work together.
Yeah, it will take some time. I think.
We'll do that next time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine, yes.
So you don't have to go through all the steps. Just open
Already
find your
created.
project from the directory and open
I
it.
created it.
Okay, so Susie, let's move on and
Yeah.
when your system comes back up, you can catch up.
That's okay.
Okay, so right now you will see when you open this file, login.steps, you're gonna see this in your file. Okay, so I'm just expanding this little bit. Okay, so here I can clearly see 4 steps matching with the 4 different step definition, and you can see I am on Rflow. When I enter login credentials and I log in, I'm on my homepage. So this is very simpler, right? And now you can understand what it's trying to do. Cucumber trying to match with the steps,
So
this text that you have.
each line is doing its
Own step, because these are all steps, right? Has to have a matching step definition, basically, for all 4. Okay,
So where are you going to get this?
that's it, what is
The tool is there.
tool will generate for you. Okay,
Oh, wow.
Yes.
all right, this is just the beginning, so don't be wow yet. We have a lot more work to do, so let's focus on this. So now what do I do? Right? So right now you're gonna see pending, 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 pending. Okay, so when I run this,
Means it requires some input or something?
yes, so no input, no user input. But you're gonna see some basically something what we saw because of that pending is you will have skip step. What it does it as soon as the first step, right? What Cucumber does it will come here when we say run, right? It will come to first step and then go to the matching step definition for the first step. Then it comes here, okay, this particular line, and it will encounter pending, and it will stop the program and exit out of the program. Okay, so that's why you don't see anything else here. But what if I want to, let's say, how do I know I'm coming here or not? So what is the command to print something? Okay, so I can say puts step 1, right? I'm just typing something. So that I know this one is step 2, right? So I'll just say puts step 2. Instead of pending, I'm gonna replace with puts step 3. And the final is step 4 puts. Okay, so now I'm printing something. So Cucumber will come here on this, then it will execute this line of code. Then it will go to the next step. Okay, then come back here on the second step, execute the line of code, and then come back. So now I should see this printout of step 1 to 4.
Yes.
Okay, so when I'll go run.
Why I'm not running from there? Why I'm going always login feature and run?
You always run the feature file.
Not from there?
From where?
The
So
top?
at the top one, the place.
This one, no.
No,
No.
on the right side, the.
For
green
here?
one.
Oh, yeah, you can run it from there. But I'm used to running from here.
Okay.
You can click on here and run it, basically login.feature, and it will be the same thing.
So it's a better choice to go to the feature and do it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's see why it threw an error on mine. Oh, puts, I need something, mistake. Puts. Right? Okay, so it didn't compile the code properly. So let's see if I run it. Hopefully this time I should see without any error. So I can see step 1. I should see step 2, step 3, step 4 being printed here. Right? So now my code is coming and actually getting executed properly. Okay. So let's try something similar on your machine, right? You guys can follow the same thing and see if you are able to print out for every step, and then see in the result, see where it's being printed.
Click on the ball to do the step.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep, get familiar with the tool. There is nothing wrong that you can do.
No, it's coming something different, converse scenario to outline.
Yeah, so you clicked on wrong place,
I don't want to do that.
right? That's why I said, make sure you click right before.
Or right before the highlighted one.
Yep, that's correct. If you click anywhere else, you're gonna be running into trouble.
I did before given,
I know.
that's why it's showing here, and it's a login.
Create all steps, right?
No, the bulb is not coming for me. I don't know why. Like,
Are you clicking here?
yeah.
Then it should be there, Giti.
Before I think, or before given.
Now,
You can click on before given.
printing.
No, it's not coming actually. Yeah.
On my screen, you can see it, right, where I have my cursor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Let
somewhere there.
No, I'm just struggling from that time. That is login feature. Yeah.
Can you click on bulk, Harshal? I want to see what options it's displaying.
Well, right now, because
Yeah.
I already have created, that's why, you're gonna get different option this time.
Okay. Yeah.
Now for me, it's a convert scenario to outline. Because we already have steps created, we cannot create it again. That's the reason.
Okay.
Yeah, let me close and do it again, maybe.
No, there is no closing, as long as your step is highlighted. Let me
Yeah,
my steps. I'm going to delete. Now my steps are not highlighted, highlighted again. So when I click here, see these are 4 options you will see.
yeah, let me do it again. Yeah, I got create new scratch file from selection.
Scratch.
No, yeah,
So I want you to run this 4 steps.
I did.
You did, right? That's all.
Oh.
That's all.
okay, after running the file,
Are you able to run it successfully?
yeah, it's showing the same one, like, the first one, what is to show, right?
Did
Test
you
automation,
do code as well? In your step definition?
process finished with exit port 0.
Did you put the code? What I asked? Puts.
Ports. No, I did not go till that point. I am in the beginning one.
Can I speed up? Yep. Gonna speed up. Yep.
Yeah, puts. Okay, the ball is, yeah.
Step 1 is coming first, then step 2, step 3, step 4 are together.
You put probably P or something, print or put. It's as long as they are coming, it's fine. I think there must be something that you have put something different.
Yeah, they are together. That's
Yeah.
right.
Maybe they need to.
Yeah, for me, it's showing like create new scratch file, something like that. From the ball game. Then
Go ahead and share your screen, Giti.
thank you.
So Daisy, you're there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just, yeah, it's everything now.
Okay, I think you are some other screen. Close out, please.
Yeah. Let's see
Alright.
this one. Yeah, it's showing like this.
Yeah. Give me control. I think.
Yes, now go then.
Yeah.
It's up.
Okay, so first of all, I see a bunch of things are wrong in your file, Giti. First of all, your scenario is not there. Right? So now I just change it to uppercase. Make sure you follow the. You have featured.
Yeah. Because there, I think, I don't know. It was, I wrote.
Well, your scenario was lowercase.
Yeah, this is lowercase. That was a mistake. Yeah.
Now it will come here. Now I will let you go and do it.
Step file. Yeah.
It's totally
Yes, yeah.
Why don't you finish up from here? Okay, stop sharing and finish up.
Here I can give some name.
Yeah, make sure you give the login.
Okay. Can I write here? No.
Yeah, just write it there. There is nothing wrong you can do. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you put the code. So let's go and stop sharing on your end.
So I will do where exactly.
File will be in the step definitions folder.
Yeah, this one, right? Yeah.
That folder. Can you stop sharing, Giti?
Yeah, sure. Here. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, make sure you put this command, put step 1, step 2 quickly and just run it. But I do want to move on and cover the capture group as well. And then you will have some exercise to do. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes to wrap up, okay? 5 more minutes to wrap up and we'll move on
Yeah.
to the next topic,
These are good.
Okay.
I am good.
okay? So let me give you 5 minutes, okay? And see if she can finish it up.
But hustle for me is coming like step 1 first, then something.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how I have it. It's just a setting for debugging and so forth. This is how I have it as well.
For
It's-
mine, it's coming separately.
No, yeah.
It's fine.
Coming for them is like separately, step 1, then some messages, then step 2, then some messages like that.
Yeah, and as long as you see all 4 messages, then
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
So I have to put step 1 on that pending place.
Yes, internal pending, yep.
Put step 1, put step 2.
Yeah, make sure you put the quotes and those things, otherwise you will have more errors.
Yes, so after put step 1, step 2, step
Make sure
4.
you run the program and see the result, see if you are able to see the step 1, step 2.
Better. Separately.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming Geeti, you are there and running the program and hopefully it's working for you.
Just I'll run. Yeah. And what's let me check. Step 4.
Yeah, as long as your program is not throwing error, you are good.
No, it's I'm not able to run actually. Green is not showing, so some mistake. Let me check.
So you can right click on it and run it, right? Basically. Right click.
Oh, I have to go to login feature. Let me, yeah, login feature
Yep.
and run. Yeah, let me keeping my finger crossed. Yeah, it's showing.
Yeah, if you see.
Okay, undefined method step for main object.
Yeah, so make sure your code is in the quotes and other things, okay, properly. So let's troubleshoot when these guys are doing the exercise, okay? So you hold off on that, and we'll come back to that. Geeti.
Yeah.
But where my program went, now everything is gone, only the working code is there.
Yeah, that's fine. You can expand, collapse the folders and stuff. It should be there somewhere. Okay, so
So there
let's
should be step 1. There should be a space and put step 1.
yeah, make sure you type in those are basic commands, right? So just
Yeah.
type what you have and what through
Okay,
it.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right, so let's move on. Daisy, let's pay attention here, otherwise you will fall behind otherwise.
No, I'm on the spot now.
Okay, that's good.
Everything is good now.
All right, okay. So we're gonna move on. So let's see how we can do the capture groups
Yes.
and so forth, right? So assuming we are, when I enter login credentials, right? This is the step that we have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more step. I'm going to, what I'll do is I'll remove this tab here. Okay. When I enter username as HP and password as HP. Okay, so now if I change the step, again, I don't have a matching step definition now, right? So that now it's gonna throw me an error because I removed the one step. So what you can do is you can get rid of the step from here. When I enter login credential, I can delete out. Okay, so
Step
my
two.
step 2 is gone, right? Because it is, I don't need it. Right? Because I change my second step when I enter username as HP and password as HP. Right? So this is what I did. So I don't need other step, then I removed it. Again, you need to be able to do that on your own.
No, you went so quickly, I didn't understand everything, what you did.
What I did is I changed the step
Yeah,
to something else.
yeah.
So then I have extra step definition here. Right? Because I'm no longer using it when I enter credentials. So you want to clean up your code. So I'm just going to highlight and get rid of it.
The second step.
Second step, matching step definition code is gone. Now I need to generate because now this one is highlighted. I don't have any matching step definition.
Yes.
So what I'll do is I'll again generate it. I'll click in the front, say create step definition this time. Because I only want to generate for this step.
Only one.
Okay, and it will ask you create a new file or same file. So I'm going to select the same.
Same.
Okay, login underscore steps. This is where I want to create it. So now my code is generated,
But that is our step 2, so
which is fine. Order doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Order doesn't matter.
Oh,
Remember, it all Cucumber does is it comes here, execute this step. Then it will come to the next step here, and then it will execute. It doesn't matter whether it's the first one here or the last one. Okay, that order really doesn't matter. Order matters here, given when then
Oh.
your order.
But in the definition, there is no step 2, because we.
I just created one. I just generated one.
Also step can change like 2 or 3, doesn't matter.
I don't have it, right? So how do I generate it? Come here, create step definition, and it will generate it for me. I select the file, and it generated for me. Okay,
We
so
can also select create new file.
you can do as many files as you want, but you want to organize all your steps into one file, right? This is
Okay.
for login, so you want to select the same file. Okay, so now I'm on this page, on this step, right? Here it has pending. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of the pending, because otherwise my program will stop.
Yeah.
When I execute. All right. Now I can put it here, put step 2, whatever, right? Step 2 or something. Because my step, this is technically my step 2, right? This is, and matching code is here. Even though it is listed at the last, doesn't really matter. It's just a printing purpose.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But
So,
still it will match with the step.
yeah,
2.
it will match with the right step definition. Yep. Doesn't matter where it is. So I'm just running it again, just to make sure everything is good with the new steps. And I can see, oh, again, I made a mistake, puts, yep,
Yes.
It's,
I'm going to run it.
yeah, it's good.
Okay, so now I can see it, step 3 and step 4, right? So these two are coming together, it doesn't really matter, right?
Then why mine come
It's okay.
separately? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter,
Okay.
right? Step 2 is step 2, right?
Okay.
This is step 2.
Mhm.
Okay, so now our goal is to add a capture group. Remember, right? That is what our goal is. What I want to do is I want to have this value, and this value I want to send to as an argument, basically, right? So what I can do is I can come to this login steps, and I can surround these two values. This one will create a capture group. So I put the parentheses around this value, and I put parentheses around this value.
So basically we are making it capture group
We are
and
creating-
argument.
Yep. And now we know capture group always has to have argument. So when you surround it, it will become a capture group. Now, how do I add argument? I will do after do, there is a pipe symbol you can add. Okay, so after do, I'm just gonna type in pipe symbol. Okay, so it will automatically add a new pipe symbol, the two pipe symbols. Then I can say user password. I'm giving some meaningful names for those two arguments.
Oh, okay.
Because first one is a username, second one is a password. I'm just saying, okay, flow this HP value into user capture group, so user argument, and flow the second value in the password argument. Okay, so now what I instead of step 2, what I can do is I can print out those arguments. Puts password.
We don't have to do separate argument like separate pipeline and do the user
No,
and password?
within one pipeline block, this is the syntax. This is the syntax.
Okay.
You have to follow this way.
Okay.
You have multiple capture groups,
Mhm.
so multiple arguments in the pipe, between pipe symbols.
Mm.
This is the syntax, so tool will not understand anything else.
Okay. So.
Now, if you run your login.feature, you should print out of the HP and HP twice. Okay, so if I come here and run my feature. Okay, step 1 and step 2, I can see HP as a printout. Then I'll see step 3 and step 4. So I see HP because those values are flowing to our Ruby code now.
So step 1, so step 2
So I can
has
see HP.
HP. I can see step 2 HP.
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
is everybody with me?
Yeah, I can see HP.
Okay,
I have a question here.
yes.
After the foods, we don't have to put the double quotes, no?
No, because these are arguments, so you don't put just like variables. Right, these are variables, so you don't put double quotes for the variables. Right, but if you are string literals, then or string fixed values, then you put those quotes.
So it will show error then, right?
No, it will just print out user instead of no matter what you have here, because it will treat as a string.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but when you are treating as a variable, you don't put double quotes surrounding the variables.
Oh, okay. There are small things, but you know.
Well, it comes with the practice. Okay, these things, yeah, so you'll figure out when you struggle for
After you
5
say-
hours.
Because step 4, we did double quote and it's printing over there, but
Right.
here we are not printing.
Yes. So everybody good? Everybody with me? What about the online folks?
Yes.
Okay, Geeti,
No, I'm the other one, last one, but I'll do this. Yeah. See.
all right, so I'll get you guys time to work through another example.
Do we need to save this or it's automatic?
It will automatically save. Okay, so now it's good that we are putting it here, right? HP. Now, if you go back to your feature file, you will see this highlighted in blue. All the capture groups will be highlighted in the blue in your step definition. Okay, just looking at your feature file, you can say, oh, this value is flowing to my Ruby code, and so that's a power of tool when you are working with
So
it.
it's blue means you'll know that, okay, now they.
These
got
values are going to my Ruby code and I'm doing something with these values. Other ones are not highlighted, right? Okay, so now here it's a hard-coded value. Right? What it means is if I change HP to S training and training, let's say I don't want to use HP, I want to use S training and training. Then again, this is highlighted again because it doesn't know what to do. Your step is gone because it's not matching. Remember, a pattern is not matching.
Yes.
So what you can do in this
Change
case,
over there.
because it's matching with HP only.
It's training and training.
So instead of that, we can do something use some regular expression here. So no matter what the value is in the front, I can still match it to here. So can we do something like dollars dot star,
That is two capitals over there, Australian. Steve.
or how about slash D slash W plus?
Yes.
Will that work? Right? And same thing, I'll do slash W plus.
Yes. Leader.
So instead of putting hard coded HP, now I change it. And if I go back to my step, now again they are matching again. Okay, so no matter what value I change here, it will always match with my step here.
Yes.
So now, if I have 50 scenarios where I'm logging in with this, I don't have to recreate the step definition for logging in. Basically, I can reuse this particular whatever steps I created here and do the simulate the login behavior. Okay. So everybody good? Everybody understand at least what we are trying to do? So like if I have a second scenario, G training and training, then I am on my home page, right? In the second scenario, log into Arflown as a dealer user, and I can change log into Arflown as a admin user. So I have two different scenarios here with two different user accounts. Okay. Now, let's make one small change. So this is specific for admin user, right? And I'm using admin credential, but I want to then in the verification of my, instead of my homepage, I can say, then I am on admin homepage, on dealer homepage, right? I can say admin homepage or dealer homepage. Now again, this particular step doesn't match, doesn't have any step definition because we changed the wording. So what I can do is I go back to this step matching whatever the step definition I had it. So I go back here. So I have this one. I am on my homepage. Again, I can change it here to admin, or what I can do is admin or dealer, right? So I can change it, put the capture group, use the capture group with the alternation here. Admin dealer, right? And again, I put the argument and say just a home page, basically, right? This is a variable or argument name. Okay, and instead of step 4, I can say home page, print out the home page. Right? So if I go back here, then I'll see this guy green, this guy green. So I have multiple steps matching with one step definition. Right? That's what we are trying to do conceptually.
What there is a line on admin?
Now, this is just a thing, it's a typo. In the word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's not a typo. And if I execute, I should see the proper printout. Now I said step 1 G training, step 3 dealer.
So if there is a mistake, how it will show? I mean,
Then you will get an error actually.
yeah.
If there is a mistake.
Yeah.
then you will get an actual coding error. So you can need to read the error. If you can read the error, then I can tell you what it could be wrong.
Oh.
Should be in the top. Top meaning if let's say I don't have a capture group, but I put this thing, if I run it, then I'll see some error saying capture group is invalid or something. Okay. For this one, it did not throw an error actually. Oh, there you go. Threw an error here. Your block takes 0 arguments, but regex match 1 argument. Okay, so it's missing the capture group. It's talking about capture group here. Okay, so you're gonna see the errors like that. Second scenario as well, you will see the error.
Okay.
You have to read the errors basically, what it is, and try to figure out what is that you are missing on that particular code block. It says Ruby line number 9. So you come here and then you figure out what is wrong with this code block.
I
So,
put the login down feature, I put this one.
This one, why it's coming, then
Now,
I want to see that other one,
see,
login
flip it.
feature.
Oh, acha,
Yeah,
acha,
so then-
report ka.
But I read why it's not coming for
Okay,
me.
fix करें।
Then statement.
No, not अच्छा।
Why it is a highlighter?
It is highlighted, that means it's matching somewhere.
Person लगे कि mistake के से
I would like you to read the error.
No, not for this one. What I did in login steps, I put the login feature stop. I think
Login steps.
these.
This is a Ruby code. Login steps should have Ruby code. Feature file should have Gherkin.
Picture file should have Gherkin. Okay.
As long as you have that, then you are good. Otherwise, you're gonna see bunch of errors, okay, and you have
No,
to
then I.
wipe out and recreate everything.
So I'm in the admin.
Okay, so you guys are working through it.
So we are doing it.
I'm getting this error.
Okay, read the error. So tell me what's the errors.
You can implement step definitions for undefined steps with these snippets.
Yes, so your step doesn't match. Do you have? If you open the file, you should see something highlighted
Yeah.
in the orange.
Yes.
That means something you don't have step definition properly
Okay.
matching with your steps. Or step doesn't have a step definition.
Admin controls.
When you change something,
Mm.
it stopped working.
Oh,
So then what I have to do?
You have to update your step definitions to,
In the Ruby itself?
yeah, Ruby itself, right? Because you had a capture group here, or you added capture group.
So if I rerun, it will not fix.
No, because your error is there, you have to fix the error. It will tell you the line number, where the error is. If you run it,
Why is not coming from?
you click on the line and then you go there and say, figure out that particular code block, why the error, why you think there is an error.
Yeah, only that bulb is there, why the other things are not coming, only convert scenario to outline is coming.
No, but is anything highlighted?
Highlighted the last line,
Okay, what is last line?
then I am on my home page.
Okay, so you put the did you put on admin homepage or dealer homepage? Did you
No,
change?
I'm still on the first one.
Okay,
In the
so you won't have this scenario,
No.
right?
no.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm on my homepage. That's what you have,
Yes,
right? And this is how it's highlighted.
whole line,
And this is where the whole line, right?
yes.
Yeah, because it doesn't have matching step definition. So what you do is you go back to those steps and find out this line.
Matching, I have to fix it.
You have to
Tool
fix it.
cannot do it.
Tool cannot do it.
No.
That's why you need to understand how this thing
I
works.
need
No,
exactly
very
that.
first time.
Say that, but-
When I wrote the code in the Gherkin,
Mhm.
then I ran the program.
Okay,
So the tool created the
Step definition.
Step definition, right?
Yes,
But next time if I'm doing any changes to the
you have to go manually to it. Manually update.
working, if I'm
Nope.
doing any changes to the working code, it will not do.
It will not do
one
it.
more time.
Nope, nope. So that's where your knowledge comes in the picture. How you,
That's
where to
only
go and
good.
modify it, because,
But till then, because any modification,
yeah.
I have to do here, not there.
Yeah, one thing you can do is that you can remove the step that was matching previously and regenerate the step. What I mean by that is, if something is not
Let's
matching,
say I'm doing any changes to the working program.
yeah, so you do it Gherkin, right? Then
Yeah, I
you go,
did then. No,
region-
that is not coming from me.
no, it should be coming. If it's highlighted, you click on right before this eye and your cursor needs to be right there. And the bulb will come and it will say create step definition. It will come. It's there. It's not just first line, it's anywhere on this expression.
No, that is, for me, it's only coming convert scenario to outline.
That means it's matching with your step.
Yes. Those two are not coming.
Okay, so can you cancel out or just remove that? Nothing is highlighted.
The last one, no,
It's not highlighted.
So,
That means you have matching step definition. If you run it,
no, it's skip step, how come it's all red?
no, they read the skip step, skip step.
Hmm.
Can you go up all the way? Start with the,
Yeah.
yeah, all the way. All the way up, all the way, all the way. Okay, so now you scroll down. Okay, the step one is printing. The step one is yours. Okay, then nothing, then go to the step definition. Okay, so even I am gonna upload.
Now it is not there.
Yeah, same.
So I'll delete. Now this step is not there. So I'll
Yeah, then get rid of it. If you don't need it, then get rid of it.
Oh. That's what I'm asking, like, I have to fix here.
Yeah, you have to fix everything.
Tool will not
Tool
fix.
will not do it. Once you capture groups, it will not create either. So that's where your expressions.
So very first time it generated, right, the.
Only first time it will do.
Oh.
Any modification you do it, you have to go modify it or you get rid of the step and regenerate the step.
I'm getting
Tool
ready.
is tool, with the whatever instruction. Yeah, because you don't have matching step definition. You.
I did on the step 4,
Admin dealer,
yeah, step 1, this is step 2, 3 and 4, I changed it in the step.
yeah,
4.
so go back to your step definition.
Mhm.
I am admin homepage, you on, so your step doesn't match with what you have. Anything on.
Oh my God.
This one, I did.
See, I didn't write on, that's why.
So this one, so I changed here and women leaders.
Yeah.
And this is the new one, so what I.
Why do you homepage? Can you go back to your step? I'm on dealer homepage.
Yeah.
I am on admin is working, but not the dealer one,
So
right?
didn't I, while I do this one,
No, don't do that.
so
You
I
have to
did, no, I did this one, for admin,
Let's go back.
that's why.
Let's go back.
So that's why. this
You need to put the capture group, right?
Yeah,
Because
but
that's,
Still it's showing yellow, I don't know. It's highlighted still.
Let's fix it, fix.
Okay, let's go.
should
We need to
look
log that,
something
how
like
to
this, right?
That we have to learn, right?
Yeah, Hafsal is not going to always be with us. So
So I know you guys need to struggle and fix it.
Yeah, I did
That's-
this one, I did it.
this one I did correct, this is the capture.
Dealer, what, homepage, you are missing the word homepage. See, your step and step definition doesn't match. Go back to the login feature.
So how we know how to see it? Oh, must be written here, I want to check.
Or you cannot see it here.
Oh, okay. So here,
It says homepage, what is missing on that definition.
Here I did the capture one.
I know, but it's a spacing is the issue. Make sure it's a space issue on yours.
got it, I know. Now I got it.
It has to, see,
Yes.
your
It
space.
should
You need a
exact
space.
match with the sentence.
See, it's a pattern. right? So whatever you are saying has to be exact, otherwise it will not match with your step definition.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Tools are tools, but they are smart, okay? So they will not let you do anything else.
Oh, no, it's only one space.
Yep,
Express, yeah.
spacing
It
is
should
you.
be exact same what you did, but the way bad, it's not bad.
Hmm.
We have to do the change. We are changing
That is the
something.
thing, yeah, we have.
But that's where you need to understand how this thing works so that you can go and make the changes.
Yeah, only one space, huh?
Tools will not generate anything else, okay?
Oh.
Only first time, and then you have to modify it. And
Yeah,
work through it.
nice. Just two trees.
So sir, how do you know that it's missing? It's written somewhere in the.
No, you just compare the step and step definition and
Oh,
see what's there.
okay.
One by one, you have to troubleshoot.
Okay.
That's the only way.
Yeah, it's.
It's a silly mistake, but yeah, we have to compare the certain.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, good.
We'll
so
be
you
fine.
guys are good here in the class. How about online?
Now I understand. Problem happened, they will know the.
Yes.
How
You'll understand
Yeah,
how.
now you'll have to never forget. Silly mistake, but,
Okay, so let's repeat the same process
okay.
for loan calculator scenario.
No,
I'm gonna write the scenario here in a new feature file.
Okay, but we're going to make me.
we are making a new one. So for that, we have to make a loan calculator. Check out feature. Loan.
So what I need you guys to do is. So you should have a single step definition, right? Both are same. You should have single 4 steps, right? Each scenario. You need to have 4 step definitions.
Oh,
So you're gonna create, you have 2 scenarios here, right? So what's different between those two scenarios? Only the amount, right? So you need to have only 4 step definitions for matching step definitions for total 8 steps.
What you say? We should have.
Only when you create a new step definition file for the loan calculator, right? You need to have only 4 step definitions. 4 given vendors in there. And these 8 steps, total 8 steps should match with the 4 one.
so you have to combine it.
Yeah, but just like what we did here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just like value, only value.
Yes.
So capture groups you need to add, right? Here,
Yeah.
Here.
money, Yeah.
here, it should take those values. And so you should have only 4 step definitions in the file.
We can do it. Yes.
And for online folks, I'm gonna paste the scenario in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. And after that, can you just guide us little bit about the capture thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm there, but I'm just, lagging little bit. Yeah. It will be helpful. Thank you.
Yep. So Giti, if you want to share afterwards, then you can share it and I can tell you while these guys are working through.
Yeah, sure.
And it sounds silly.
So here, the whole point of the exercise is, can you create a new step definition file, create all the step definitions for every step, and then put the capture groups so that you have only 4 steps, okay, in the file. Now, when you copy paste, right, it will put some weird characters. Okay, sometimes, so you may not put it on the notepad first. If you are taking it, and so it will remove some characters. So you can type in one scenario and then copy paste it, right? Second one is a copy paste. Okay, Giti, go ahead, share it.
Yeah, just give me a few minutes. Yeah,
Okay, yep. No worries, let me know whenever you're ready.
yeah, sure.
So, while I click on that, the ball, so it should be in the same.
Now,
Same line, okay? Anywhere in the line, you can click on, like I have it here, to show up,
Yeah,
and then you create all step definitions.
yeah, then after that,
It should be
well,
new.
it should be new one or the different one?
Obviously.
New one meaning what?
Well, you click on this one.
No, once you create the all step definition, right? Or you can create one by one. I would say create one by one, because what will happen is, if you create, let's say you have 2 scenarios, and if you create all step definition, it will create 8 step definitions,
Oh.
because it will treat this one as different, this one as different, total 6 basically.
Oh, so better to go by one.
Yeah, go by one.
And different file.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a loan calculator file, right? So you need to have a different feature. It's a different feature. So okay, so they have improved the tool.
What happened?
So it created only 4 steps
Oh, so we can do it?
with the argument
Whoops,
as well.
good for us.
So it's good for you guys, but not good for practice. So what I would suggest is create one by one.
Create one by one.
Okay.
Yeah, don't create all, because it will create, I want you to get practice of creating manually. So just pick one scenario and create 4 steps one by one.
Okay.
So that way you will know how to put the capture groups and everything. If tool will create it, then you will not know how it does.
And when you're doing the step definition file, the name should be same as the doc feature
It's just
file?
for whatever
Or
name you want to give
like
it.
Loan tar
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. As long as you recognize, okay, what feature file,
Okay.
and so forth.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Yes, Giti.
Yeah. So I did like this, and then when I'm
Okay.
running this, it's showing okay.
Yeah, scroll down. Because you don't have any steps, Geeti. A step definition file, so you have to create the step definition file. So-
On that step.rb, yeah.
Yeah, for the first scenario, now for the, can you scroll up? Scroll up all,
Yeah.
okay. Scenario. So just pick one scenario and create the step definition for each step, one by one.
Here only itself or in this login steps are we here?
So you know how to create it, right? Okay. Give
I
me
got one.
show you one, and then I'll let, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm creating for this scenario only, okay? So that's not the second scenario, only first scenario.
Yeah.
And then you have to put the capture groups so that you can manage same steps that you created here, step definition you created for this scenario can also handle the second scenario.
Sure.
Okay, so here, when I click here anywhere, right, I see this bulb.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Step definition. Use
Yeah.
this create step definition. When you do that, it will ask you create a new file or use the logins file. You want to
Yeah.
use file because it's a new scenario, new feature.
Yeah.
So you click there, and then you enter the new name, new file name, loan calc. Right, so this one is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then your step definition will be created for the first one.
Okay.
You could complete the process for second one, third one, and fourth one.
Okay.
Then I'm canceling out so that I'll let you create it. Once you create those 4 step definitions, you
Yeah.
have to manually put capture groups so that you can, for these 2 steps, you can handle these additional steps in there.
Yeah. So how to do that captured one? I mean,
Let's do one by one. So I'll let you go and create the other one first.
yeah.
Okay, so you can stop sharing now.
So how to do? I mean, in this login step, not this one. Sorry. Loan calc.
So login one I can show you. Okay, login one. So your G training and password is training,
Yeah.
right? So if I go to the step here.
Yeah.
See your step is this one. So this is a unnecessary step that you have.
Okay.
When I enter username, so you can, what you can do is you can copy this. This is the what you had earlier, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna paste it.
Okay.
Now if you want to create capture group, you can do here because G training, you want to create capture group.
Yeah.
Say here /D. Where did it go?
Okay. This I have to do, right? Yeah.
This is something you have to do, but I'm just showing you one so you can work through the second one.
Okay.
For the second example, you have to create everything from scratch.
Yeah.
I missed this. I think I was behind the other thing I was doing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this one now, if you go back to your step,
Yeah.
this login,
Yeah.
one is proper because you have it's not highlighted anymore because you have proper things. Now this one is highlighted, so I am on admin page. So you go back, and it says I am on admin page.
Yeah.
We have the capture group here as well. So I'm gonna do first one, but I'll let you work through second one, okay?
Yeah. So this one is done. I think I should run this and see whether it's.
Yeah, you can work through the second one because this is not done yet.
Okay, go back for take a picture in your phone.
Okay, so if you go there, this one should be good as well.
Can go back to your picture and check it.
I am on admin homepage.
Is.
You are spacing and typos, I think. Admin homepage.
Is. Yeah.
Now this one is fine. So look at the syntax here, what we did, and basically if you have to follow apply on this, same thing here in this second select.
Yeah.
Okay, so now work through.
Thank you, Ursula. Yeah, I'll try this. Yeah.
You can stop sharing.
Yeah.
So everybody is moving along? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay,
Even if I'm deleting steps from my Ruby file,
it will not remove it from the step definition. There is no linkage.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You have to go manually clean up.
So,
yeah, I cleaned up.
Okay,
Then I'm running the Cucumber working one again.
okay.
Again, it's coming.
No, it's just showing you that you need those step definitions. It's not gonna put it back automatically. It never happens.
In the,
It just shows you in the output window, say you are missing these steps. Or
No.
matching step definitions.
can you check?
So when I am on Rflow, even when I enter username as trading, password and login, then I am on my home page. So what is missing? So if you run it. No, but why did you run it? When you
Yeah, I did that one. So when I'm running this one, unnecessary, these things are coming.
Can you close out what is login Ruby step? Yeah, you have pending statement.
No, this one I'm removing, but again, when I'm
Can you
running.
remove the pending? Just
Only
remove pending.
pending, only pending.
Yeah, only pending.
Okay.
Yeah, all the
But I
steps are
don't need,
matching.
I don't need this step.
Then
this
just
step
get
is-
it out. Then just delete it.
I'm doing, but again it's coming.
It can come automatically. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Now you go run the. No, the first one.
No, this is right or wrong.
Not
I'm
that.
like this. I want to know. So these things, which is.
See,
It
you're
looks like
missing the
that
step.
is correct.
So you remove the step, but it's see now it's not the second step is highlighted.
Yeah,
That's why it's missing the step definition.
but this step is there, right?
No,
So we have to
it's not there. You just remove it.
This one, right? No?
See, it's not matching
Yeah,
with this, with the step definition. What are you missing? I can see something is wrong.
something is wrong.
Why it's not matching? Second step. What are you missing? Read the when I enter username as was something wrong
I
in
can-
your pattern, something wrong in the regex. What are you missing?
Here.
Yeah, yeah, it's W, but what else is there?
It's a number.
You are missing something. Oh, what's your pattern looks like?
If it's look like this, that means we're done, or how to know?
Yeah, when you run it, yeah, when you run it, when you're printing out the values,
So
that's good.
now should we run here or go to the steps and do it?
No, you run the feature file, always run the feature.
I did, but it's not showing the numbers.
You are missing plus.
Oh, it's taking only one.
Yeah, only one, that's the reason. So what's wrong with yours? Like I say something is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so so this is a very common mistake. Okay, everybody will make it. Remember the folder structure. If I code it collapse, nothing is shown. My folder structure is step definitions. These files are under features folder.
Harshal, screen is not clear. It's like far away.
Yeah, mine is same.
Which screen?
The screen you're sharing the board.
It is on your steps.
Oh, okay, give me a second. Probably I did not share it.
No, this one.
This one, I think we need to put the values. No, I get the same.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
so,
fine.
okay, so the folder structure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is how the folder structure, my project, features folder.
Yes.
Under features, I have this feature file.
I did that.
I have step definitions folder and these files are there.
So it will.
So where look at first thing, if nothing is running, you gotta figure out where is your feature file. Is it in the folder structure? Or it's somewhere else?
Yeah, somewhere else.
No.
If
mine
the
is-
feature file is under your Cucumber folder, and if I try to run it, it may not run sometime.
So
Most likely it will throw an error.
So not.
So you're.
It will say here, let's see if it runs.
To go on the feature, not.
Well, for me, it's running here somehow, but that's you have to move this file under features folder. And that's what I can see wrong on yours.
Oh. I'm good, like that.
Okay, so make sure your structure is first thing you want to look at it. If you are seeing the step definitions in order not recognized, this is the first thing. Yep, just click on refactor. This is a very common mistake. The folder structure is not right. It's not gonna work.
It will not work.
No,
Then I have to check out. Because for me, I can see.
don't create something new. You can drag and drop to appropriate
No,
folder structure.
I'm seeing two icons like the Ruby one, because I created, remember the very first one, I linked to the Ruby one, that file, that SDK, then the Cucumber one.
Then
So
you can
I'm
close out, always close out and reopen and just open that project, right? So that's the best thing you can do. Close completely and open only the project that you need, that you are working with.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with it, right? Just go and browse the folder and click on whatever folder you are working with. Click OK and say this window, and it will only open that particular project. Yeah, you will close out everything else if it's getting confused.
No, you have login that steps.
Yeah. No, this is login feature. I think your Windows structure is messed up. What you want to do is go to the Windows, say reset default layout. Okay, click on restore
Restore default layout.
layout. Yeah. Okay, it will fix whatever you have. Basically, your project is here. Okay, it will never go away. You can click on it and it will collapse, expand, collapse. But it will restore to this particular layout.
I have feature,
You can close out all these files.
then I have step definition. Then the programming part where I have
This needs to be under step definitions only.
I see, got it?
So inside the step definition, both are there. I mean, the feature file and also the .ruby file.
Your feature file needs to be outside under features folder.
Yes.
This is a very common mistake, so I'm going to emphasize because otherwise nothing will work.
I use this.
Okay, so I mean, there is a feature file. Inside that there is step definitions, and inside that I can see like loan step.rb and loan calculator.feature.
That is the right structure, right? That is the right structure.
Okay.
But you gotta remember and follow the same structure on the next project.
Yeah.
You create on the picture?
Yeah,
No.
I have to state it. Can you please say?
What's the read there? I like you to read the error.
So I have two state definitions.
Mhm.
Two-
Is it, are you able to run the program or not?
No, her step definitions are
I
completely
am able
separated.
to run, but it's not showing anything.
What does it mean? That's why I like you to.
The
read that.
amount is not showing here.
I got the
The
message.
step one, step two. That is not coming.
Okay,
So I have two step definitions that.
see, this
No,
one,
I don't ask.
I know, why- I don't know why this one is outside the features folder. First of all, you need to drag and drop to the feature.
And whatever the this one.
That one you need to drag and drop under this step definition. What will be the-
Like this.
No. File only. Expand the folder and file only. Drag and drop to the step definition. Drag this file and the features folder. Because this is what's wrong with your structure. No, features, features. This is the features folder. Features folder is right there. You gotta go right, select this folder. Yeah, that is the folder. See, your file is outside the folder. Nothing will work. You gotta drag this file and drop it on this feature folder. No, you can't put it, you have to go right on and drop it right on the features. Which features? You just go in the right and put it on the features folder, right? You use mouse? Start using mouse because this one is not. Now, if you run it, it should work okay. Can you run it?
Now it's fine. No, click on this one and run it. Click on the login, sorry, don't upload feature, then there, sorry, it's at the here, screen. No, don't do the steps. Do the picture, then, sorry, run it. Yeah, right click, then run it. I think you got it.
It should work. As long as your folder structure is good,
Yeah.
it should work.
Why? What is the steps? No. Okay, can you go to the steps? That's it.
Okay,
Why
let me,
you don't write amount, loan amount. I did, I don't know how sequences. I did loan, we should write loan
The
amount.
argument should be amount or one.
I did
no,
loan. amount.
argument name can be anything.
Oh,
Anything, yeah.
anything?
Right.
Oh, okay.
The argument known is fine.
Amount.
So is it giving you error or what? What is the issue now?
The value is not coming over there and it's written skipped step.
Yeah, so it says something is wrong with that. So what I would suggest is wipe out,
I
delete
got
out the step and just start over.
Okay.
You have the file, feature file in the proper folder. Now get rid of the RB file that is there, delete it, and then recreate it. Let me show you guys those who are struggling, right?
This is step one.
So
This is my step two. I did that.
So
Step
for
one,
the,
step two, step three, step four.
From this one, what you want the
I
output
change the
should be?
oops amount.
So the output should be, you should be able to print out these amounts,
Oh,
right?
okay.
260,
That's right.
basically 2060 and 1030. Right, those needs to be outputted.
Yeah, give 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to show you here for those who are struggling a little bit. So I'm just creating the step definition from scratch. Create new file.
Now, sir, I have only one question. How to know you are completely did correct. Please look at it and tell me.
So I'm gonna show you here. See
Okay.
if you have the same thing.
Otherwise,
Right?
at home when I'm doing it, I know, okay, now this, I'm correct.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand. I'm just watch me, right? So I'm
But
going to,
my values are showing on the scales,
Yeah.
so that means I'm.
so create step definition, right?
Yeah.
Creating a new file.
Mhm.
And here I'm going to give
Loan
the
calculator.
name loan calc. Whatever name you want to give, doesn't matter. Okay, so one step,
Mhm.
pending is there, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go to the second step.
Second step.
Again, I'm going to repeat the process, create step definition. This
Yeah.
time loan calc,
It's already there.
yep,
You just
so
have to
selecting
choose.
that. Third step. Loan calc. And then fourth step.
Mhm.
Okay, now I'm going to get rid of pending because I know I don't need pending. Oh, here it created an argument as well,
Yes.
somehow.
Yes.
Yes.
So that made your life a lot easier,
Yeah, I saw that, we don't have to do that, it's already there.
but you want to give some meaningful. names. So argument, this is loan amount. I'll say amount,
Mhm.
instead of argument, I'll say monthly payment,
Mhm.
okay? So these two are there, let's see what else we have there. So now as soon as I change, this all 8 steps are matched.
That's all blue.
All blue.
Okay.
Basically, so its tool is, they are adding more intelligence to the tool, automatically they are putting. Recognizing the pattern from these two scenarios and getting you there.
Yeah.
That's not my intent was, so you will have something for the home. Okay, alright. Okay, so as soon as it comes here, so all you have to do is put. Step 1 or something, if you want to do it. Put some amount, because this is what we want to put it.
Amount, then step 3.
Put step 3. And put monthly payment.
You see, you did everything correct, but because of the step 2, that's why it's saying steps.
Yeah, so here I only have 4 steps. It matches with the 8-step definition, 8 steps, basically.
Yeah.
4-step definition steps.
Hmm.
Right, all I have to do now is run it.
Mhm.
And hopefully I'll see, yep,
Yeah.
step 1,000, step 3, 30, right?
Then
Again, I'm gonna
step-
see the repeating thing. Somewhere, step 1, 2,000, step 3, 60.
Yeah.
That's the whole intent I had.
I don't know why mine coming together everything.
And it doesn't matter, that's
Doesn't
not the
matter?
point, you will never see that when you are executing in the
Oh.
automation environment. Okay, so that's the end of that exercise, but make sure you have those 2 files saved. Any question on this thing? It's already saved on your project.
Yeah. So I have that file, loan card, but why it is not showing here?
So do you have something similar here? Rasmita?
No, I delete that one and I'm going to create the new one.
Yeah, then
So-
you follow the steps, right? If
Yeah.
you follow the steps, then you should see that file under step definitions.
So that one is there, loan card state, but while I'm going to click on that pop and create new.
Mhm.
So there only can show that login step, but it's
I
not.
would say get rid of this file, delete out this file, delete it. Okay,
Hmm.
because it's an empty file, it that doesn't show you anything. So delete it. That file and then try to create the new file again. Okay, so we are at 12:52. Let me talk about the homework.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
So because I want to make sure you guys get that done
yes.
at home. And I think if you get a chance to practice today, definitely practice at least 1 or 2 problems. Okay, because
This-
once you go home, yeah,
like
same
this
thing,
one?
because we're gonna build on top of this one.
Oh, okay.
So if you struggle tomorrow with the things, and then it's gonna be really difficult to catch up.
Okay.
Yep. Because we will build on top of this load calculator one, try to automate that into it. Okay. All right, so homework wise. So obviously in your PowerPoint, you have homework. I'd like you guys to finish that one.
The cat one, cat dog, something.
Well, that's a regular expression. I think you guys know it. So if you have time, work through it, cat one and so forth, but the homework I'm talking about is this one. This is 20-minute exercise.
The page number.
Yeah, so these are the scenarios given.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Page
so
number 11.
yeah. So what I would suggest is you type this thing in first scenario
Okay.
only, okay, so that tool will not generate it for you.
Hmm.
Because if you have this two scenarios, then tool will try to identify the pattern.
Ah,
Okay,
Oh,
so I want you to do it from scratch.
okay,
So you type in only first scenario,
okay.
and
Then generate
then once you generate the steps, then go and add a second scenario in the file, feature file, and then you convert to the
Then you
capture.
cannot modify
Yeah,
in the definition.
yeah, I will not modify.
do first one.
Step definition will not go to there.
No, you have to create everything from scratch on your own, right?
No, yeah, that's.
So
right.
I have feature folder, new file,
Yeah.
say exercise one,
Yeah.
exercise dot feature,
Mhm.
and I'm going to paste it. Again,
Okay.
as I doesn't paste properly, so notepad. For me, I can take that liberty of pasting it properly here. Okay,
So Excel is always dot feature.
all right,
Like
so
that.
from here. See, again, they put all kind of weird characters, okay?
Oh.
Copy paste doesn't work. So I have to get rid of certain things. Okay. So you automate this scenario. Automate it, basically. Go create the file.
Uh-huh.
Once you are done, the first scenario is working, you go and paste the second
one.
scenario or type in second scenario.
Okay.
And then use the capture groups
Mhm.
for these values, these two values.
License number.
You tell one thing, Harshal, why it's not coming in the sync, like, for me, step one is somewhere.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Make sure you select the right file.
It's
Order doesn't matter.
okay.
Yeah, order doesn't matter.
Is it coming like this?
No, it's not coming like that for me, that's what I'm telling. Let's say step one, then bunch of messages. Then the.
No,
second-
because it's just a setting. I mean, here I have the same thing, see, bunch of
Yeah,
messages.
exactly,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, yes.
It's just a setting, just ignore it. Those things are not really important. All these thing is, okay, do I see the result? Then I come back here.
No, for the results, is step one, I'll check.
Yeah,
And for the step one result, I have to check here, yeah.
yeah,
Exactly like this.
which is fine. Don't even bother about this thing.
I'll
Actually,
take-
my,
I'll
my
take
everything coming together.
It's just a setting.
Yes,
It's just a setting. So you
Yeah,
can
so
turn
we
off.
need to look at.
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but you guys understood the exercise here?
Yes,
Okay, then this is one. There are other exercise,
okay.
okay?
Is it recording?
Yes, this is being recorded, but again, exercise are not. So cucumber
The
assignment.
student work? Where is it?
So 2 exercises tomorrow?
No.
No, this one you have to definitely have to complete. This one
Which
that I
one?
showed you.
This one.
Yeah,
Okay.
that I talked about.
Oh,
Now,
this
other
one.
ones,
Uh.
I'm gonna send you in the email.
Okay.
This one is for Thursday.
Which
Oh,
one?
okay.
This one is for Thursday.
for Thursday.
Yep.
And what?
I mean, if you are good, if you are getting better at it, I would say go and if you have time, then go and finish up this one. It's not gonna take you much time.
So what we are doing tomorrow?
This one.
Tomorrow we're gonna do additional things,
Oh, not this?
not this topic. This topic is there, that's why. No, we will talk about additional, there is a lot more things to cover. So tomorrow we'll build on what we have built today and we'll go to the next level.
So tomorrow homework is this one, this exercise which is on this
Yeah.
paper, right?
If you want to finish whole thing, just finish up whole thing. If you don't have time, then at least finish up the one that I talked about.
Yes.
Okay, what is this one then?
This is again, same things, but with the multiple scenarios with a different pattern. Okay,
We'll take
so
a picture.
again.
Okay, that is practice for the, no, he will send it.
I'm gonna send you. an email.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it. So
Okay.
there are 1, 2, 3, and
So
4.
this is practice for the definition.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, definition. Okay.
I would suggest
First finish the first one.
first finish that what we have in the PowerPoint, right?
Hmm.
Slide, yep, finish that one. And then if you have time, if you get time, then work on the, maybe pick 1 or 2 on this one.
Yeah, maybe one we can try. Let's see.
Yeah, this one will go quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
But don't generate, as I said, have first scenario, do that way, then only
Yes,
you will
we'll
do
come
next one.
back. Otherwise, no, we'll not learn.
yeah.
It's there, we will bring it.
One by one.
Yeah, one by one, yep. Okay.
So we'll try this, maybe
Yeah.
one we can try.
Yep. It should be okay. All right, any other question? So more practice, right? Obviously,
There are lots of questions, but first go home, figure it out,
Correct.
first
Then
go
answer.
through it. I have to go through this paper again, then I'll go to
Yeah.
this, then I'll write down
Yeah.
the doubts.
right,
Maybe tomorrow I'll come with the doubts.
Yeah.
For sure.
that sounds good. So, yeah, otherwise we can wrap up. So. it's Almost
Yeah,
it.
So like I'll go through the video because that bulb one is not coming for me most of the time.
Alright, so is there, you just have to do it properly, so build something from scratch, okay? One
Right,
build
yeah. Could you send the video as soon as possible? Yeah,
Yes, I'll send it probably by 3 o'clock.
sure, thank you. Yeah.
And also about these meta characters, the one you mentioned, those are like everyday, like daily.
It's
you're
in the,
using it.
see, the beta characters are there in the PowerPoint slides.
Okay,
Those
so-
different scenarios.
so-
This is more like a regular expression.
So like we should consider like those one who are like you're using mostly. rather
Yeah,
than-
yeah.
We should not worry about others, right?
No, they're not, I mean, nobody knows everything, right? So, but it's there.
Okay.
But I think if you do this type of exercises, if you feel comfortable, then you
Yeah,
should.
we should, otherwise.
You can always Google it.
Yeah, now stop the recording.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yes. No, it's.